check, radio check, radio check, radio check. Welcome to the Green Country Sports Network live broadcast of the Tahlequah Tigers versus the Sapulpa Chieftains. I'm Ashley Stevens along with Coach Gary Wing and Dr. Kelly Calloway, and we are about 15 minutes away from kickoff as the Chieftains come to town and the Tigers are hoping to exact revenge. And you are listening to Lakes Country, KEOK, Tahlequah. Coach, tonight, Sapulpa has kind of had our number. But I like what the Tigers did last week. They look strong. What do you think they ought to do tonight?
I think the offensive defensive line needs to continue to play well, and they pretty well dominated East Central. And that's going to be a tough chore tonight. Coach Gilbert said Sapulpa's big and strong, physical, experienced, have a lot of players back. So it'll be a good test for us, Ashley.
Yeah, we've got to see Sapulpa early this preseason. We didn't scrimmage them, but they were at the same scrimmage, so I got to watch a lot of what they did. And the thing is this is really week one. Tahlequah played week 0 last week against East Central, but this is week 1. So Sapulpa, this is their first game, and they scrimmaged Bishop Kelly last week, and they went back and forth. Personally, I think our offense is going to do well against them. I think we have the ability to push them around a little bit, but it's good. The question mark is going to be at tailback for Sapulpa. They've got a shifty little tailback who likes to get downhill and get vertical. Their quarterback likes to sling the rock as well, and so it's going to be interesting to see what kind of game plan Sapulpa has come up with to try to attack the Tiger defense.
And I'm really looking forward to seeing our defense looked good last week. I think maybe the best I've seen them in 4 years. So I'm just excited to see what they do tonight.
Absolutely. Want to make sure that they can keep everything in front of them and limit the mistakes. Last week, offensively, Tahlequah put on a show with the rushing game. Jake Gertie, official stats, was 22 for 172. And we're going to pick this up right after the break because we're going to get ready for the stinging national anthem. Thank you for watching Green Country Sports Network and listening on Lakes Country, KEOK Tahlequah.
Okay, babe, this new home insurance, I'm bugging out.
Why did you say bugging? And why are you bugging?
I don't know what I'm doing. Why aren't you bugging?
Because we just need a State Farm agent. That's what they do. They help people understand their insurance and not bugging out about it. Now quit bugging and say the jingle.
Okay, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Agent Mark Hudson is there.
Call 918-456-8881 today.
Is the place to go for your summer projects and renovation projects. Whether it is small or large, Davis Interior Surfaces can help you with your flooring and countertop needs. Custom showers, backsplashes, and even sinks. Davis Interior Surfaces has all major brands of carpet, wood flooring, and vinyl laminate, along with exotic and standard granite and quartz in many colors. Stop by and choose your new interior at Davis Interior Surfaces, 13813 Highway 62, just west of Tahlequah, and they will get the job done for you.
There are times when you need to wash your car more than once a month. Now you can when you purchase the monthly unlimited wash powered by Everwash from Super Spray Car Wash in Tahlequah. Just download the Everwash app, select your plan, submit it, and wash your vehicle as many times as you want in a month. The Express Wash is $14 a month. The Ultra Wash with triple foam is $18, and the Super Wash with all the extras is only $22 a month. Set up your monthly payment and start washing your vehicle as often as you want at Super Spray Car Wash in Tahlequah.
Built strong and built to last. Kawasaki Mule side-by-sides are made to handle the toughest jobs. Whether you're putting in a hard day's work or trail riding on the weekend, Mule side-by-sides are built to get it all done with confidence. From the compact Mule SX to the full-size Mule Pro FTX. No matter the task, there's a perfect Mule side-by-side to help get the job done. We've stayed authentic to our roots for over 30 years with an uncompromised commitment to performance, capability, and durability. That commitment is captured in 3 words after building a reputation that doesn't waver. When it comes to the capable lineup of Kawasaki Mule side-by-sides, those 3 words are trusted, tried, and true. Available at Jimmy Houston Marine in Kawasaki on Highway 82, just north of Keys.
I'm Jeremy McClure, your Tahlequah Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of the Tahlequah Tigers football team on Lakes Country, KEOK. Call 918-456-1370 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Welcome back to the Green Country Sports Network live broadcast. The Tahlequah Tigers versus the Sapulpa Chieftains. And we are just about 10 minutes away now from the kickoff. And we were talking about the stats prior to that of last week in the rushing game. Over 300 yards on the ground, and the most impressive thing besides Jake Gertie's ability to get that extra yard was the dominance portrayed by the offensive line of the Tahlequah Tigers. And it wasn't just the starting group. They rolled guys in, stayed fresh, and were able to push that defensive line of East Central around, allowing Jake Gertie. He was getting to the second level without being touched.
Absolutely. Great job by the line to make that happen.
And I would sure like to see that again tonight.
And knowing Coach Gilbert, I'm sure he's saving some of his favorite plays for later in the season.
Yeah, you've got to figure that he was pretty bland last week because, you know, other people have the opportunity to scout Tahlequah the week early. And, you know, at this point, you don't want to give them any extra film, and so I'm sure he ran a pretty bland offense.
It looked like it on watching the game.
It looks like our colors have been posted, and we're going to step away just for a minute for the playing of our national anthem. Great job there by the Tahlequah Tiger Orange Express. And if you will notice, shortly we've got the young ones from the Tahlequah Youth Football League going to lead the Tigers out on the field here shortly. And that's been going on since the junior class here was in 3rd grade when the Tahlequah Youth Football started. So it's pretty cool to see these traditions start and continue on as the Tigers have made their way. There on the sidelines, you can see they're getting ready to make their way through the tunnel.
Yeah, pretty cool experience. I remember when I don't know if it changed when you were here, but we got dressed under here all the time, under the main stands. Now, do they get dressed across, or are they back down over here?
So now they're back down under the home stands, and for a long time they were over in the visitor stands, but they have now allowed them to use the home bleachers, or excuse me, home dressing room.
I know what you mean.
So
people don't believe me, but we used to stand on the opposite side. We didn't stand on this side when I played. I don't know if you guys did. Did you stand on this side? Do you remember?
I honestly can't remember.
We stand just on the other side. That's how they wanted it to be. But I would have much rather stood on the same side as the crowd.
So the captains tonight, and here they are. First of all, the Tahlequah Tiger Youth Football League leading your Tahlequah Tigers out onto the field. Tahlequah Youth Football and Cheer making their way out onto the field.
There I see my little boy. See him on the 40.
Oh!
He ran into somebody. He's at the 50.
He likes contact, Kelly.
The captains for tonight for Tahlequah: Beckett Robertson, Cash Jones, number 52, number 60, Carter Kelly, number 58, Brock Mashko, and they will meet in the middle to see who's going to get the ball first.
Big Brock. Hey, the wind's been howling all day out of the north. That could play a big part of this game, but it usually kind of dies down towards sundown.
Well, we're going to take a break. Thank you for watching Green Country Sports Network and listening on Lakes Country 102.1 Tahlequah.
Welcome to the Green Country Sports Network live broadcast of the Tahlequah Tigers versus the Sapulpa Chieftains. Now for the starting lineups for your 2024 Tahlequah Tigers. On offense, at left tackle, number 58, Brock Mashko. At left guard, number 52, Cash Jones. At center, number 55, Jaden Whitehead. At right guard, number 67, Kale Carey. At right tackle, number 60, Carter Kelly. At wide receiver, number 11, Beckett Robertson. At wide receiver, number 4, Cutter Gardner. At tight end, number 25, Lane Fisher. At fullback, number 34, Corbin Dietz. At tailback, number 9, Jake Gertie. And at quarterback, number 12, Cash McElvey. On defense, at defensive end, number 7, Elvis Myers. At nose tackle, number 50, Braxton Baker. At defensive end, number 60, Carter Kelly. At linebacker, number 23, Travian Morrison. At linebacker, number 54, Tiger Jimerson. At outside linebacker, number 21, Chris Perry. At outside linebacker, number 6, Jackson Head. At free safety, number 3, St. John Sampson. At strong safety, number 22, Saxton Carshall. At cornerback, number 1, J.J. Antoine. And at quarterback, number 4, Cutter Gurdon. That's your Tahlequah Tigers.
And here we go. Tahlequah has won the toss, deferred. They will be kicking to Sapulpa. Tahlequah will be defending the north end zone. Sapulpa will be defending the south end zone. So the freshman kicker, number 14, Torkelson, has it teed up. Coach, last week he had 2 kicks into the end zone, and there's a kick there. Doesn't quite make it to the end zone, but makes it to the 5, and that's taken up to the 15, to the 20. He's got a little room. He's to the 30, and he's brought down at the 32-yard line. That's Chris Perry in on the tackle for the Tahlequah special team. So good field position for the Sapulpa Chieftains right on the right hash. 11:52 to go in the first quarter.
That was looking scary. There was a hole there, and our last guy made the tackle. I was getting a little nervous there for a bit.
So here comes Sapulpa in the pistol. Fullback offset left. Look for maybe an inside zone run here. Fullback shifts to the right. There's a snap, handoff inside. Number 2 has it, and he's corralled at maybe a yard, if maybe 2 on that carry. That's Rashad Reynolds, the senior running back, 6 foot 175. Picks up 2, will bring up 2nd and 8 for the Chieftains.
52, Cash Jones, one of the guys in there on that play.
So good job there by the defensive line to keep it under 3, which is what they're hoping for. Here we go on the right hash. More of a diamond formation, diamond pistol, if you will. Off to left tackle and stuffed by the strong defensive line there. No gain. Great job there by the Tahlequah Tiger defense to stop them for no gain, and led the way there was Carter Kelly, the senior, and Saxton Carshall comes up from the safety position to help make the tackle.
Well, Carshall had a lot of tackles last week, didn't he?
So Carshall, the safety, junior safety, doing a great job. So here we go, 3rd and long for Sapulpa.
Come on,
at the 35, twins to the right, twins to the left, tailback offset right of the quarterback. Motion from left to right. It's number 8. Now he's in trips. Back to pass is number 9. Looks to his left, to his right. He's got time over the middle. Falls incomplete. Just dropped it. Number 8. Pass intended for number 8. And that's future Ledbetter. And what a great opening stance for the Tahlequah defense, forcing a 3 and out of the Sapulpa Chieftains. And you can't ask for a better start from your defense, Coach.
No, hey, I'm our nose guard, all 3 plays, he stuffed that middle.
That's Braxton Baker, the sophomore, doing a great job there, handling the nose tackle duties. Got a Sapulpa Chieftain running on late here as they are in the punt formation.
So here's where the wind could help us. They're punting against the wind.
There's the kick, low, end over end kick, bounces at the 40. Tahlequah trying to get away from it, and does. Beckett acted like he was going to take it, and then wisely gets away from it, and it is down at the 29-yard line on the left hash, and that is where Tahlequah will take over for their opening possession of this ball game. 10:25 to go in the first quarter.
Well, this is a good start. Our passing was a little bit off last week. Ashley, I think they were 9 for 22 and had several really good chances. So hopefully they've cleaned that up this week and can get on the same page.
So here we go. Tigers in the gun. Tailback offset left to McIlvain. Twins to the left. Back to pass is McIlvain. Looks to his left. Caught at the 35.
Ooh.
I believe is Beckett Robinson. Woo-hoo. He's got about 9 yards on that opening pass play. Number 4, Dakota Cheney in on the tackle.
Just about slipped out of that tackle, too.
I said 9. They brought it back to 8, so 2nd and 2 for the Tigers. Tigers showing trips to the right. Going to be in the gun. Tailback is going to be offset right of McIlvain. Tailback is Gertie. Tight end is Lane Fisher, offset left. There's that handoff inside to Gertie. Gertie, he's right at the marker. We'll see where they mark him. It's going to be close.
Uh-oh.
Maybe he got 2. We got an injured Chieftain, slow to get up.
I hate to see that.
And they're going to have to stop play to tend to the player. And that's going to bring up 3rd and short. While they tend to him, we're going to take a break. Thank you for watching Green Country Sports Network and listening on Lakes Country, KEOK, Tahlequah.
I'll take a grande, no foam, triple cap, double pump vanilla latte with 3.5 ice cubes, slightly shaken, extra whip.
Yeah, that's gonna be an upcharge.
Great! This one is on my Kasasa cashback checking account.
Uh-huh.
Kasasa pays me cash back on everyday debit card purchases, plus refunds on ATM withdrawal fees. Go on, take back banking and treat yourself to monthly cash.
Welcome back to Green Country Sports Network, and during the break, the spot was beneficial to us, and that's a Tiger first down. So Tahlequah picks up a first down in 2 plays, so 1st and 10 for the Tigers at their own 39. So max formation, 2 tight ends, pass over to the left, and J.J. Antwine couldn't come down with it. It's going to fall incomplete. Tigers this season have been running this double tight end formation quite a bit with single receivers left and right, and that's what they were in this time. Now we have brought out a tight end, so Elvis Myers is going to be the tight end, number 7. J.J. Antwine to the left, and twin receivers Beckett in the slot with Cutter Gardner out wide. So tight end right, tailback is going to be in a pistol right behind McIlvain. 2nd and 10. There's a snap, handoff inside. Is Gertie. Gertie slips and falls, but he makes it to about the 41-yard line, a gain of 2. Just couldn't get his wheels underneath him there, and that was kind of an issue last week. Maybe need to get a little longer spikes for him. So 3rd and long for the Tigers.
Twice he slipped already on two runs.
Yeah, he slipped right away at a 2-yard run both times.
Yeah.
So 3rd and long for the Tigers. Clock running, 9:15 to go in the first.
Kind of got behind the chains that first drop pass. Makes it tough, doesn't it?
So Beckett and J.J. switching sides. Is Beckett now on the left, J.J. on the right, tight end to the right. Fullback is Dave Olvera, offset right. Tailback Gertie, offset left to McIlvain. McIlvain back to pass, has time, goes over to his right, and that falls incomplete. But there is a penalty flag thrown against number 6, who probably going to be called for pass interference.
I think it's going to be holding.
We'll see. Jalen Friday.
That's a pretty good sign. He was holding. If
was defensive holding.
Yeah, if they don't have a jersey over their shoulder pad.
He didn't let JJ come out of his. He held him, and the ball was still in the quarterback's hands. JJ
so that's a gift to the Tigers that we will take, and that should move them up. And that should be enough.
Automatic, isn't it?
No, it's they marked off 10, and the result is a first down for the Tigers.
Actually, we talked about that a little bit. This is Sapulpa's first game, so they're going to have some of those mistakes.
I hope they make a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
Twins to the right. Ball is just now in Sapulpa territory at the 49.5. Fullback offset right, tight end right. Tailback offset left to McIlvain. Handoff inside is Gertie. Makes one man miss, still running his feet, and that's a good pickup there. Good solid effort by the junior tailback, getting it down to the 45, a pickup of 4.
And every one of those offensive linemen were 4 yards down the field. They had a good push on that one.
Getting a good push so far against the Sapulpa Chieftain defensive line. And here we go quickly, 2nd and 5, 8:25 to go in the first. Twins right, and looks like we're going to jump off sides on the no call, and that would be Beckett Robinson, who tried to get a head start. They had Sapulpa jumping off had he not jumped off himself. So that's going to negate what would have been a great carry by Jake Gertie, going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Guys, I don't know if you've noticed, but they're double teaming Beckett on every time Beckett goes out pretty much now. I've seen 2 guys drop back to him.
So we got twins to the right. Beckett and JJ are the twin receivers to the right. Fullback appears to be offset right of McIlvain as he's waiting on the call. Tight end is Fisher. He's lined up to the left, and tailback now shifts to the right of McIlvain. Ball's at the 50. There's a snap. McIlvain rolls to his right. He's got Beckett deep, but he's got some pressure. He's going to have to tuck it go. Cuts back across field. He's got a blocker. He's to the 50, to the 45, and he gets all the way to the 41-yard line. McIlvain improvising there, and a great wall built by his offensive line that allowed him to spring forward and get close to the first down. Nice job there by McIlvain, just waiting on Beckett to get open. As you said, they had him blanketed.
Yeah, well, that'll give somebody a chance to really shine if they step up, one of these other receivers.
So here is the formation you just asked about, Coach, and you're going to expect to see Beckett in the Wildcat, and they bring out all the bigs. Wyatt Stevens comes in, as does a couple other linemen, and Beckett's going to take the snap. Look for Beckett just to take it over his right side right here. They know what's coming, and he's going to do it. To the right side. He's got enough for the first down, just like it.
Love it.
And that's what the Tigers, that's the mentality they got right now, coaches. We're going to line up. You know what we're going to do. You come try to stop us.
That's right. We're going to hit you.
That is a mentality that you like to see. Great job there by the Tigers to convert what started off pretty shaky. So another first down.
I don't think we could do that last year, but we have a lot of people back, I think, and like your son, just grew a lot, got stronger.
So ball is placed at the 39-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. 7.5 to go in the first. Got offset to the right. There's a snap. Little reverse, not a reverse, a counter, if you will, to Beckett Robinson. Nothing doing there. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage and no more. That was a little razzle-dazzle, if you will, as they faked it inside and then turned around and handed it off to Beckett, but no one is there. Beckett looks to be a touch shaken up on that play. Hopefully it's just a cramp.
Jaden Whitehead at center. Doing a good job so far. That's a tough.
So Beckett has to go down, and we've got an injured Tiger. We'll see what happens with that. While they tend to him,
we're going to keep it here. Coach Wing, if you will tell me, we Sergeant Wellness.
Can I enter?
Sure. So Tigers back on the field. Twin receivers to the right. Fullback and tailback both offset right, as is the tight end. Handoff inside to Gertie. Around the corner. He's got some space. He cuts outside. He's to the 30. Cuts back inside. What a hard-nosed run for the junior running back, and he's excited. Letting him know he got a first down. Got all the way down to the 25, and Jake Gertie is making up for lost time, picking up where he left off from last week.
Oh, that offense sealed off that edge, and there he went.
So ball's at the right hash at the 25, and like I said, that's another 1st and 10 for the Tigers. 6:45 to go in the first quarter.
Actually, that's a real gift to be able to see that hole. You know, the offensive line makes it, but then to see it is a gift.
Tailback offset right, handoff to Gertie. He gets hit in the backfield, but he's able to drive forward, and he may have only lost a quarter of a yard, what would have been a 1 or 2 yard loss. Gertie's able to get through there and get close to the line of scrimmage, bringing up now 2nd and long for the Tigers.
Well, for you radio people, Tahlequah's going from left to right on your radio dial. Got 6:10 to go in the first quarter.
Tahlequah looks like they've got 2 tight ends in the formation. Having a little equipment issue with Cutter Gardner, so St. John Sampson runs in at wide receiver.
Is that all it is?
Tailback offset left. No call as he tries to get him jump off. You got St. John Sampson at wide receiver, and you also have J.J. Antwine, who's on the right. And again, double tight. Tailback is Gertie, offset left of McIlvain, play clock to 9. There's a snap. Handoff, inside is Gertie, cuts back to his left, pickup of maybe 3. That's going to bring up 3rd and long for the Tigers. Got it down to the 28-yard line. Clock running, 5.5 to go here in the first.
So what are we going to come up with as far as a play? What do you think?
Well, I'm curious to see right now that Beckett is still on the sideline. That was a question mark that we had at the beginning of the season, is how healthy will he remain?
I was going to say, if Beckett was in, I think they'd do some kind of a fade to him in the corner.
So here we go. J.J. Antwine and Zaxton Carshall split to the left. To the right is St. John Sampson and Cutter Gertner. Tailback is Gertie, offset right. Back to pass. Caught is Sampson right at the 19-yard line, well short of the first down. I figured that play right there is setting up a 4th down, like if you're going to go for 4. But we have a flag on the field. Let's see what it is. It's usually in the area of holding.
Well,
and
it is.
Cash Jones had to come out with some kind of issue, and so he's running. And so Xander Denton, number 59, the junior guard, will come in and take his place. We'll see what the penalty is, and it was holding against the Tigers. That'll back them up 10 and replay 3rd down.
So is our kicker?
Torkelson is the freshman. I'm not sure his distance from this point.
He looked pretty good last week, but he didn't have to kick it real far.
Is he the field goal kicker?
We didn't kick a field goal last week.
He did kick a field goal, no, and so we'll see. I assume we're in 4-down territory here, so you don't have to get it all in this one play. So we got twins both left and right. Zaxton Carshall in the slot, as is St. John Sampson in the slot. Antwine to the left, Gertner to the right. Jake Gertie offset right of McIlvain. There's a snap. Back to pass. Looks to his left. He's got pressure. He steps up. He's got some daylight. He's going to run, try to get what he can get, and he gets up to about the 31-yard line. He's ways away from the first down. We'll see what the Tigers have drawn up for this 4th and long.
You know, that's probably not a play they've got in their list of plays they're going to run. 16 for Tahlequah. Coaches hope they never have to get in that situation.
Absolutely. So here we are, 4th and long, clock running, 4:15 to go in the first. Tahlequah hoping they can convert. Little confusion by the personnel. I think they've got it sorted out now. Got to get in a hurry as the play clock's down to 9. I think Coach Gilbert may end up having to take a timeout here as the formations can't get in line, and timeout Tahlequah. We're going to take it with them. Thank you for watching Green Country Sports Network and listening on Lakes Country KEOK Tahlequah.
Thank you for watching Tahlequah Tiger Athletics on Green Country.
To the Green Country Sports Network. Tahlequah takes the field on the right hash at about the 31-yard line. Trips receivers to the left. Tailback offset left. And Elvis Myers, the tight end, to the right. There's the snap. McIlvain back to pass. He's got plenty of time. Steps forward. And now he's got to scramble. He stumbles. Still looking down, trying to make something happen. And he has ran out of time and room. And big-time conversion. Big-time stop by the Sapulpa defense. McIlvain had time in the pocket, just wasn't comfortable there, and then went to scramble and step forward, and then that brought the ire of the Sapulpa defense. So Tahlequah turns it over on downs.
So redo your trivia question. Apparently they're saying they couldn't hear us ask it.
When was the last time that Tahlequah beat Sapulpa? What year? And who was the Tahlequah quarterback in that victory?
Yep. Sapulpa with the ball. Twins left and right. Tailback offset right. Back to pass is Sapulpa. Looks to his right. Now to his left. He's going to step up. He's in trouble. Goes across the middle. Wide open receiver. Nearly intercepted by Tahlequah as the ball sailed over the Sapulpa receiver's hands, and St. John Sampson nearly came up with an amazing catch. That pass was intended for David Richardson, the senior.
So if you will put in who was the quarterback and what year is the last time we beat Sapulpa into our YouTube comments, not on our social media, don't direct message us. Put it in our YouTube comments, and if you will like and subscribe, you'll be entered to win a 30-minute massage from the Palms Massage and Wellness. And we thank Megan White, the owner of Palms, for doing that again for us this year.
Yeah, that's really nice.
They're having some weird equipment issues with both players.
Yeah.
They're running them in and out. So they're watching something on their knees to make them cover. So twin receivers to the left, single receiver to the right, handoff, offset left, and there's a penalty flag. It looks like we're going to have a false start against Sapulpa.
So have they made a rule change that the players have to have a covering over their knees? Is that a...
I think that's the case, but it feels like that they are enforcing that because they've sent a couple people off the field because of it thus far.
Okay.
So it's going to bring up 2nd and 15 for the Chieftains. The ball is at the Sapulpa 29 on the right hash.
Craig said it's because their pants aren't over their knees.
Yeah, okay.
And make sure if you answer, put it in our comments. If we have multiple right answers, we'll put them in our hat because we're fancy, and draw.
Twins left and right, back to pass, looks to his left, looks to his right, comes back across, and is intercepted by the Tigers. Threw it right to him. Great job for the awareness. That's number 23, Traven Morrison,
there we go.
The junior, and that's maybe the spark Tahlequah needed to get this offensive going. Outstanding job.
Was that ball tipped?
No, that was right. He
He
threw it right to him. He had a guy in the zone. Tahlequah was in zone right there, and he was trying to get it over the top of him, and that ball came out flat, and Tahlequah made him pay. Great job there by Traven to come up with the interception, and Tahlequah will take over 1st and 10 at the Sapulpa 35, 33 to go in the scoreless first quarter.
And that interception was brought to you by Tahlequah Lumber Company. Mike and Brett Skinner.
Mike Skinner, Brett Bynum.
Mike and Brett, yes, thank you, are both Tahlequah athletes, and they are a big part of Tahlequah Lumber Company, so thank you for your support.
Trips right, tailback offset right, back to pass is McElvain. McElvain to Beckett Robinson. Beckett Robinson, good to see him back on the field, and he drags the defender. They're going to mark him out of bounds at the 21-yard line. That's enough for a Tiger first down, so it's good to see Beckett back in the game there. Tigers were in trips, and that was just a wide receiver, little bubble screen, if you will, and they got it into Beckett's hands, and he was able to go pick up the first down.
Speed. Normal player, that would have been maybe a 2 or 3 yard gain.
Tigers close to the red zone, just outside it by a yard. 3:27 to go here in the first.
Mike Skinner and Brett Bynum. I butchered that one, didn't I?
Twins to the right, fullback and tailback offset right. McElvain in the gun. There's a snap. Handoff inside to Gertie. Gertie around right tackle. He's got some space. He's inside the 15, driving all the way down. He got to the 9, but they're going to mark him. Let's see. They mark him back to the 10, but that's good enough for a first down, and that may be 1st and goal, and it is. 1st and goal right at the 10-yard line.
Right at the 10.
Nice hard run by Jake Gertie.
Yeah.
Ball's at the right hash on the 10. Got to punch it in here. Twins to the right, fullback offset right, tailback offset left of McElvain. There's a snap, handoff, off right tackle is Gertie. Gertie around to the 10, and he's brought down at the 8. Stayed in bounds.
That was almost one in that zone read. He wished he would have kept that one. He'd have had about 5-6 yards on that one.
And maybe they're setting that up because they're going to see them chase down. You got to set that up several times, and then that would have been a good time to take it, though, Kelly. You're right. So here we go, 2nd and goal from the 9. I like my spot better, but they backed it up because I had him at the 8. Twin receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. McElvain telling the line what to do. Tight end to the left. Gertie in the pistol. There's a snap. Fakes the handoff, rolls to his left. He's got holding in the end zone, no call. McElvain's going to tuck it and go. Touchdown, Tigers! They were holding our wide receiver. Did not matter because McElvain, with his legs on the boot, takes it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers.
Good aggressive play right there, wasn't it?
He had him. If I'm telling you right now, if the defender doesn't hold our receiver right there, he's wide open in the end zone, and McElvain throws for one. But in this case, he's able to use his legs and go get the tutty.
And he might have been able to tackle McElvain if he hadn't been holding on to the
Torkelson, the freshman kicker, kick is up, and it is good. Tigers draw first blood at 2:15, 7-0. We're going to take a break. Thank you for watching Green Country Sports Network and listening on Lakes Country, KEOK. Tahlequah. Live broadcast. Tahlequah Tigers versus Sapulpa Chieftains, and Tahlequah strikes first. Coach, what a great job off the turnover.
Yeah, they've made some adjustments, going wide instead of up the middle, and that's a fun part of coaching football. It's you make an adjustment, the other team makes an adjustment. And we made some great adjustments that time.
So with the wind at the back, here comes Torkelson. There's the kick, deep driving kick, going to be taken. Man, right at the 2-yard line. He's now to the 10, to the 15, all the way to 20. He's got a lane. He cuts back, and his own guy slows him down. Tahlequah, thank the Lord for that. And Austin Marsh is able to run him down from behind, number 15, as he had daylight and space, and his own player ran into him, and that's what saved Tahlequah from the kickoff return.
Yeah, both of those kickoffs have been very scary.
They were able to get it. They're going to take over at the 34-yard line. That's where they're going to take over. 2:04 to go here in the first. Tigers on top 7-0. Trips to the right, single receiver to the left, tailback offset right in the gun. There's a snap. Counter left, round left tackle. Good job there by the big fella. That's Cash Jones leading the way. And that's a loss of 1. Cash Jones read the counter all the way, and he rode that guard, and that was a great read by Cash Jones. And that's what they say, if you go with them, you're going to find the tailback. Outstanding job there by the senior defensive lineman.
And able to get off the block and make that tackle.
Twins right, single receiver to the left, fullback offset right in the pistol. There's a snap, goes off right tackle, and there are several Tigers there. I'm telling you what, Tiger defense right now with the run game doing a nice job there, led by Tiger Jimerson, number 54, and number 60, Carter Kelly, in on the tackle. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7 for the Chiefs.
So far, the Tiger defense has looked as good as they did against East Central.
So far, they are doing well. They've got 1 stop and a turnover attributed to them. So 3rd and 7, clock running with a minute to go in the first. Trips to the left, wide receiver to the right, tailback offset right in the gun. Back to pass, looks to his left, back to his right, over the middle, boom, he's dropped. That ball, I believe, came loose. Maybe it didn't, maybe he did come down with it. The way they acted, that looked like it popped loose, but it did not, so the pass is complete, and that is enough for Chieftain the first down.
That was kind of a weird spot.
That's a weird spot. I'm not going to complain because he was about 2 yards further down the field. They spotted at the 46-yard line. First down, clock running, 40 seconds to go here in the first. Twins left, fullback offset right, tailback in the pistol. There's a snap. Round the corner he goes. He's in trouble. Number 21. Oh, almost has it. He's got to throw it away. Throws it deep. He's in trouble. Ball falls incomplete. Great pressure by Chris Perry. Chris Perry is kicking himself in the hind end because he had himself a sack. A nice job there by number 9, and that's Braddock Broughton, the quarterback, a junior quarterback for Sapulpa, to avoid the sack and get rid of it. And then Tigers secondary able to knock it free.
Yeah, JJ came up with a good poke out on that.
Thought he may have an opportunity for an interception there. Falls incomplete, brings up 2nd and 10 for the Chieftains. 27 seconds to go here in the first.
He couldn't quite wrap that quarterback up, though. He did a great job of getting there.
Trips left, tailback offset left. There's a snap. Handoff, nope, fakes it. Goes inside slant, little RPO. Ball comes loose. they're going to call it a catch and fumble, and the Tigers will recover. And that's absolutely correct, and recovered by number 3, St. John Sampson. Nice job there by the junior. Junior safety there to be in the right position. They ran the RPO, and it was a great read, had the inside slant, and he makes a catch, and a great job there by St. John to knock it out and then come up with the recovery.
He's a great athlete. He was a starter on our baseball team that made it state tournament this spring, along with several other Tigers, two-way players. So 2 turnovers, Sapulpa, and we will sure take it.
So here we go. Tigers back out on the field. 1st and 10 at the 25.
Could you see who hit and caused that fumble? I did not get a number.
Got too excited. I don't think I did.
Looks like we're missing a guard right now. And Xander Denton running out on the field. He's late to get out there. Play clock down to 6. They're going to have to snap it quickly. 4, 3. There's a snap. Trips to the right. McIlvain rolls to his right. Throws. Got Beckett at 31. He gets another yard after the catch. It's going to be close to the marker. Pickup of 9. And he's ran out of bounds, so that will stop the clock with 15 seconds to go. Kind of a disastrous start there, and they're able to turn it into something good, so it brings up 2nd and 1 for the Tigers.
Fellas, it looks to me like Cash is a lot sharper than he was last week on his passing. What do you think?
I think he's looking good thus far. Trips to the left, tight end to the right. There's a snap. Handoff inside is Gertie. Gertie is met immediately, and he's going to be dropped for about a 3-yard loss back to the 31-yard line. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Tigers on top, 7-0. Thank you for watching the Green Country Sports Network and listening on KEOK Tahlequah.
To students. B.J. Baker, trial attorney.
Family. It's bigger than bloodlines, stronger than DNA. It's the circle we draw around the people that matter, the people we care about and care for. Armstrong Bank. Strength runs in our family.
Oh, I feel so alive. As I reach out to the sky.
Rewards. Get Kasasa cashback at First State Bank.
Welcome back to the Green Country Sports Network. So the end of the first quarter, Tigers on top, 7-0. Coach.
I'd like to talk about one of our sponsors, Big Bob Ed Culver, running for re-election this fall to the state representative, House of Representatives, and he would like your vote. He's a former Tiger, all-stater here in football and wrestling, and went on to OU fame, and so thank you, Big Ed, and get out and vote for him this fall.
Here we go, 3rd down for the Tigers. There's a snap. Little option over to Beckett. He's back to pass. He throws it deep. We got pass interference. And oh man, almost came down with it. There's definitely gonna be either defensive holding or pass interference on that play. Little option pass as McIlvain pitched it to Beckett. He rolled to the right and threw it up. And Cutter Gerdner had a chance at it, but that time right there, that's going to be a penalty against Sapulpa, and that's going to be a good enough for a Tiger first down.
Yeah, both those fellas are on the baseball team too. They're used to pitching and catching.
Cutter Gerdner out there. Penalty, defensive ball.
Cutter's grandpa and his dad both were just excellent athletes.
So where they mark it off, it was 3rd and 4, and the penalty yardage will be enough for a Tiger first down, so it's good to have that conversion here with 11:53 to go in the first half.
Well, Sapulpa's really helping us out so far. Like you said, we need to take advantage of this.
First down for the Tigers.
Let's go Tigers.
Tigers at the 41, their own 41, near the right hash. Currently, Tigers have 7 first down, 56 yards of rushing, and they're 3 for 4 for passing, 32 yards.
Yeah, so we are a lot sharper on passing.
Trips to the left. Elvis Myers, the tight end, to the right. Gertie, tailback, offset left, in the gun. 6 a snap. There's a snap. Fakes it. He pulls it away. There's that what you're looking for. Kicks it over to St. John. St. John Sampson gets up to the 50, crosses the 50-yard line to the 49 of the Sapulpa Chieftains, and that's going to be right at the marker. We'll see if that's good enough for a first down. Nice little RPO, fakes it, goes around the corner, and then just a shovel pass to St. John Sampson, who comes up with it. And they say that we're about a hair short of the marker.
I don't know why they're spotting them like they are.
If they would have went with the far down judge over there, it would have been a first down like they did earlier when they gave us a first down. This guy has had a short twice now on this side.
So second and short, Tigers in double tight, pistol formation. That's Caden Waits in at tailback. There's a snap, handoff to Waits. He's got the first down and about a yard extra on top of that. And no more. That's going to be enough for a first down as the Tigers get it pushed over. Well, let's see where they... Man, this guy's marking it as short as could be, but they're going to give him the first down.
Gary, were you able to get the trivia in at all on the last one?
No. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
When was the last time Tahlequah Tigers beat Sapulpa in football? What year, and who was the quarterback in that game?
Put your answers in our YouTube stream on the comments there, and thank you to Palms Massage and Wellness. You'll win a 30-minute massage from the Palms.
Double tight, tailback offset right, single
Good win.
receivers left and right for the Tigers. Inside Sapulpa territory at the 49-yard line. First and 10, clock running, 10:35 to go. There's a snap. McIlvain looks to his left. He wants it. Going deep, he's out of bounds as Antwine. Good coverage there by the Sapulpa Chieftains.
Cash took a shot there by number 3.
That's going to bring up second and 10 for the Tigers. Antwine and the defensive back having a few words there, just probably encouraging each other, I imagine. Telling them, good job, get them next time.
And if you watch the movie Tommy Boy, that will leave a mark after that shot.
So second and 10 for the Tigers, 10:32 remaining in the first half. Tigers inside Chieftain territory by a yard. Twins to the right, tight end to the right, fullback and tailback offset right. There's a snap, handoff inside Gertie. Nice block. He's on his way. He's still rumbling and bumbling and makes his way all the way down to the 37-yard line. Tell you what, that's good enough for a Tiger first down.
A lot of determination on that one run. I lowered his head and took off.
Nice run there by the junior tailback to get enough for the first down. Tigers doing a good job here on this drive as it started back, I believe, around the 25-yard line. Twin receivers to the left, waiting on the play call to come in. 15 to snap it. Fullback offset right. Tailback is Gertie. He moves over to the left. Tight end is also to the right. There's a snap. Counter left. That's Gertie. Nice hole there by the Tigers, and he's still running. And he's going to be brought down at about the 27-yard line.
Big hole.
Number 58 was the lead lineman on that, I believe.
That's Brock Mashko, the senior left tackle.
305.
They mark him short of the first down, so that's going to bring up second and 1 with the clock running, 9:40 to go in the first half. Twins to the left, tight end right, fullback offset right, tailback offset right. No play, looks to the sideline, 15 to snap it.
Who's our right guard over there, fellas?
That is usually Cale Carey. And here we go. McIlvain set for the snap. There's a snap. Handoff inside is Gertie. Again, another big hole. Cuts back inside to the 20, to the 15. Dragging to Sapulpa Chieftains inside the 15. They mark him down at the 14, and that's good enough for another Tahlequah Tiger first down.
Well, I'll tell you.
Right tackle and right guard, and they made a big old hole.
They are moving, and that is Cale Carey and Carter Kelly, the senior.
That's beautiful blocking.
So nice big hole again, reminiscent of last week. And here we go. Tight end left, fullback offset left, tailback offset left, twins left. Left is the theme here. There's a snap, handoff to the left is Gertie. He's getting bottled up right around the 12, pickup of about 2 yards, bring up second and 8. Tigers can get a first down if they get it down inside the 5 at about the 4. So second and 8 with 8:45 to go in the half. Looking to the sideline.
We went through a lot of passes and kind of spread them out, and now they're going back to the rushing with a lot of success.
Slow to get the play in. Play clock down to 13. Twins left. Tight end is to the right. Fullback and tailback both offset left of McIlvain. There's a snap. McIlvain back to snap, and we're going to have a false start on the Tigers. Jake Gertie tried to get a bit of a head start there. Can't blame him, as he's eager to run, but that's going to back the Tigers up, getting them behind the chains, 2nd and 13.
Is that the first penalty for Tigers?
No, we had a holding penalty earlier in the first quarter.
That was a big one.
So here we go, 8:17 to go in the second quarter. Tigers 7, Chieftains 0. Tigers threatening inside the red zone. Ball is at about the 17-yard line, 2nd and 13 at the left hash.
It's our third penalty for 20 yards.
Third penalty, okay.
Twins to the left, tight right, fullback and tailback offset right of McIlvain, always in the gun. There's a snap. Handoff inside is Gertie. Squeezes his way through, dragging one defender all the way down to, looked to me like he got to the 10, but they're going to mark him at the 11. A good pickup there by Gertie to get it into a 3rd and manageable.
That was a tight little hole he squeezed through there. I didn't think he was going to fit through there.
Cash Jones leading the blocks right through there.
Right there, the left guard, the senior guard. His clock is running with 7.5 to go. Twins to the left. Fullback offset left. Tailback offset left. McIlvain in the gun. Looks to his left to pass. He's got a man in the end zone. Floats it, fade. Miscommunication as he thought that Gardner was going to move on to the corner, and he come back. Little miscommunication there. That's going to bring up 4th and 7 for the Tigers at the 11.
They're kicking.
Tigers going to go for the 3-point conversion here.
Makes sense.
Also known as a field goal.
That makes sense considering he has the wind at his back, and it's a lot closer than that one earlier where they had to go for it.
This field goal is brought to you by Two Sisters Financial.
There you go.
Brenda and Reed.
Here we go, the freshman kicker with his first field goal attempt of the season. There's a snap. Kicks up, away, and it is good. 1 for 1 on the season. Nice job, young man there. Tigers draw more blood, 10-0. Great kick there by the freshman. We're going to take a break. Thank you for watching Green Country Sports Network and listening on KEOK, Lakes Country, Tahlequah.
If you suffer with foot pain, you should consider getting your feet adjusted by a hand and foot chiropractor. Hi, my name is Dr. Kelly Calloway, and I'm a hand and foot chiropractor in Tahlequah, Oklahoma. There are 26 bones in each foot, all of which can be adjusted. When one or more of the foot bones lose their healthy alignment, it can lead to a foot problem. We help conditions such as plantar fasciitis, heel spurs, and toe pain. A gentle chiropractic foot adjustment will restore healthy alignment and function to the joint and tissues in the feet. This will correct the underlying cause of most foot conditions. Our patients love having their feet adjusted, and you will be amazed by how good you will feel after you have your feet adjusted. Call our office today to receive your complimentary consultation for your painful foot condition.
Welcome back to the Green Country Sports Network. And Tigers 10, Chieftains 0 with 7:14 to go in the first half. And Tigers have now gotten 10 points off of turnovers.
Yeah. I mentioned Two Sisters Financial. Renda and David Dick's son had a fantastic year track up at his college.
There's Torkelson with the third kick all the way down to the 5. He's to the 15, to the 20. He's got daylight. Again, cuts back, and this is dangerous. There is a block in the back right there, so we're going to be saved by that. He's probably going to take it to the house if Sinji can stop him, and he does, but there's a penalty flag at the 40.
Thank goodness.
And Tahlequah's kick-off coverage tonight has been disastrous.
Yeah, it hadn't been great, and we have a player down.
But there was a block in the back, so that's going to negate the touchdown. So Tigers are going to get by with one. And Traven Morrison Pierce shook up on the kick return.
Was he the one who got blocked in the back?
So
I don't know. I didn't see it.
That penalty will negate what would have been an excellent return and a spark of life for the Chieftains, and we will take it.
Well, I'll tell you, that whole middle of the field every time has been wide open for them. They get past that first 2 or 3 attempted tackles, and there's nothing there.
Yep.
They'll do some work on that one. Chris's quick loop. He's we were talking a while ago, but most of our sponsors are former Tahlequah athletes giving back. So if you're out there and you feel like sponsoring us, call Kelly Callaway.
We got to pay Gary and Ashley's expensive salaries, so.
Twins right, single receiver left, fullback motions over to the left, tailback offset right, left, and didn't get set before the play, false start against Sapulpa. That's going to back them up 5 yards.
Well, we'd love to have you join our team as a sponsor.
That'll bring up 1st and 15 for the Chieftains as it backs it up to the 25-yard line. 6:54 to go here in the first half.
So is Sapulpa running a 4-man defensive line?
Yes.
Yeah. And we're in our 3-man.
We run a 3-4, and every now and again we'll drop that
Twins right, pistol formation, handoff, off left tackle, around the corner, nothing doing there as he's forced out of bounds. A pickup of about 2 on the carry. Nice job there by the Tigers to force him out of bounds. Not much going there for the Chieftain tailback. That's going to bring up 2nd and about 13 for the Chieftains. Ball is at the 28-yard line.
They're running away from Kingston Hall, and I don't blame them.
So ball's at the left hash.
But our nose guard, he has followed that play the whole way and kind of disrupted that.
Twins left and right, tailback offset right, back to pass is the sophomore quarterback. He wants to go deep. No one's there, overthrown. J.J. Antwine, the closest of anybody to it, and that ball's going to fall incomplete. Did you see the little pump he had with the shoulder shimmy? Tried to get them, but J.J. Antwine could not be fooled on that one. Had great over-the-top coverage, and that'll bring up 3rd and long for the Chieftains.
Our defense is making them throw. I mean, like we thought they were going to try to run it a whole lot more on us tonight.
Well, they've tried. They just have no success. Our
sophomore quarterback just let that ball sail on him. So now we're in trips right, single receiver to left, tailback offset left in the gun. Back to pass. He looks to his right, wanting to go on the inside, and right behind the receiver, pass intended for number 4, Cheney, and that falls incomplete. Another defensive stand by the Tigers, and it's going to force the Chieftains to punt. And the story thus far in this first half is the Tiger defense. They forced 2 turnovers and 2 3 and outs. The Tahlequah offense now needs to take advantage of these stops that the defense has given them.
Yep. Last week it was offensive line. This week it's been the defense.
So defense doing an outstanding job. 6:35 to go here in the first half. 4th and 12. Low snap. Punts away. High. End over end. They're going to let it bounce at the 40. Takes a Tahlequah bounce and rolls. And still rolling.
Right.
That's about an 8-yard bounce we'll take. And it is down at the 46-yard line.
That's about a 20-yard punt that time.
Tigers going to take over on offense.
We got to get a few more people coming in here and trying to answer our Palms Massage and Wellness trivia question, Gary.
Well, we could go back to when was leather last year for the leather helmets to be worn.
Question is, when is the last year we beat Sapulpa, and who was the starting quarterback? Put it in our YouTube comments. You'll be entered to win a 30-minute massage from the Palms Massage and Wellness. I believe Craig sent me a stat here. They've had 5 carries for 9 yards.
Wow, good defense.
2 for 8 passing and 1 interception. I don't know if that's the quarterback or what he's trying to tell me.
I'd like to give a shout out to Grandview Chargers. They won their football game last night against Watts. And
double tight, pistol formation. McIlvain rolls, no one's there. Back over to Lane Fisher, who comes down with it at about the 49-yard line. Pickup of about 3. Should bring up 2nd and 7 on the little bootleg.
Wow.
Drag route.
I was getting kind of dizzy trying to figure out where everybody was going on that play.
Clock running, 6 minutes to go. Ball's at the left hash.
Anyway, actually, Grandview's superintendent is Dr. Larry Ben, and 77 graduate of Tahlequah. Outstanding coach and player for the Tigers.
Fullback offset. In the pistol is Gertie. There's a snap, handoff. Around the corner he goes, trying to make a man miss. I said that was Gertie. That was not Gertie. That was Perry. No, I'm sorry. That was Daniel Carey. Excuse me. Daniel Carey on the carry. And I'm not sure that he got anything. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 7 as Daniel ran out of bounds.
Is Paul Carey his dad?
That is.
Paul was one of my former students years ago. Just very nice family.
Beckett Robertson, Cutter Gardner, and Zaxon Carshall check into the ball game, and they're going to go trips right. J.J. Antwine, the lone receiver, to the left. Caden Waits making an appearance as Daniel Carey runs out, and he's going to be offset right of McIlvain. They have 4 to snap it.
We're hoping for a big
There's
play
a snap,
here.
low snap on the ground. McIlvain picks it up. He's in trouble, and we've got a penalty flag, false start against the Tigers.
I'm pretty sure it was our running back kind of took a step before the ball was snapped.
And so that's going to back the Tigers up. As I think Cash had a little room to run, probably would have got the first down, but that's going to back them up, and it's going to bring up 3rd and long back into Tiger territory, or still in Tiger territory, if you will. 5:36 to go here in the first half. Offensive struggles thus far for the Tigers. Defensive battle for their defense, doing a great job. Trips to the right, offset right is the tailback. That is Waits at tailback. A single receiver to the left, I believe, is Antwine. Play clock down to 7.
We need a special play here, fellas.
There's a snap. McIlvain looks to his left. It's a screen. Good time for the screen. Over to Waits. He's to the 50. Inside of Sapulpa territory at about the 47-yard line. Going to be about 3-4 yards shy of the first down. We'll see what the Tigers elect to do here on 4th down.
I say you punt it and play field position as good as the defense has been playing.
And it looks like that's what they're going to do as they march the punt team out. Beckett Robinson is the punter. You know, he also has that ability to rugby punt it, so if he wants to keep it, I think he has the green light if it's there.
He was hobbling again just a second ago, too.
We'll see what they've got here. See if they roll him right. 4:55 to go in the half.
Looks like they're aware of that possibility, Kelly.
Yeah.
There's a snap. Rolls to his left, and he is going to kick it. Kicks away, and it bounces inside the 20. Rolls inside the 15, takes a Tiger roll. They're going to let it go, making its way to the 10, just inside the 10. Nice punt there by Beckett Robinson. And the Chieftains will take over 1st and 10 at about the 9 3/4.
Peak Health and Performance is our trivia contest, also one of our sponsors, and welcome aboard to them this year.
Yeah, Chance Adams, his daughter, Lakin, plays basketball.
Really?
Yeah.
She's going to be a good one.
She was good last year as a freshman.
Yeah.
So here we go, 1st and 10, 4:37 to go on the clock. Tigers, who had got a 3-and-out earlier, couldn't convert anything offensively. Defense is back out on the field. Twins receivers to the left, fullback and tailback offset left of the quarterback in the gun. There's a snap, handoff inside, and Elvis Myers nearly makes it in there. Look at that. Was that 50? I couldn't see who made that tackle coming from the left side. Only picked up about 1.5 yards. Brings up maybe 2nd and 8.
That fella had
I think it was. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Looked really good in your scrimmage, you were saying. He's been bottled up thus far.
So 2nd and 8.
Traven and who's number 26?
26 is Daniel Carey.
I think it was those two, along with number 7, almost got him.
Twins left, single receiver right, and Tigers, that's Lane Fisher. He's trying to get a head start on him to jump in, and that's going to be encroachment against the defense, and that'll give them a free 5 yards.
That gives him a...
So that'll bring up 2nd and about 3 for the Chieftains.
So on defense, you're supposed to watch the ball, and he's right across from the ball.
So here we go, 2nd and 3 for the Chieftains. 3:54 to go in the first half. Twin receivers to the right, single receiver to the left, fullback offset right, tailback offset left. There's a snap, handoff, cuts back to his left. I think he's got enough for the first down before he's brought down by a whole host of Tigers. There were 7 Tigers in on that tackle.
Ooh, there was a hard hit there.
But that is enough for a Sapulpa Chieftain first down, and it comes with 3:40 to go in the first half.
And he may want to contact B.J. Baker, trial attorney, and file some kind of a suit against that tackler.
It was Carey again. He came off the bottom of that pile.
Well, that's an aggressive hit.
Trips right, tailback offset right, single receiver to the left. There's a snap, counter to the left. And great read there by the Tiger defense, and great job. That's Traven Morrison who led the way, and then couldn't bring him down, but he was assisted there by, trying to see that number on the far edge. good job there to bring it down for the
He
loss.
stopped the momentum. He got the guy to slow down. Traven's playing well tonight. He's already got the interception.
That's a big loss there for the Tigers, or excuse me, for the Chieftains.
Was Kingston in on that
No.
tackle?
No, as the right outside linebacker.
Okay.
I believe that's Chris Perry.
Oh, come on, boys.
So here we go, 2nd and 13, clock running, 2:50 to go in the first half. Trips right, single receiver to the left. Tailback looks to be offset left of the quarterback. Play clock down to 4 as they're looking to the sideline. They're going to call a timeout. I don't think they ever were going to snap the ball. Hey, we're going to take a break. Thank you for watching Green Country Sports Network and listening on Lakes Country KEOK, Tahlequah.
Are you a fitness beginner who is struggling to lose weight? Maybe you've tried tons of different diets, but nothing seems to work. Maybe you're looking in the mirror, you're not happy about the reflection staring back at you. At Elevated Aesthetics, we help fitness beginners learn how to lose 15 to 20 pounds in 6 months or less, guaranteed without having to give up their favorite foods. On average, each client that joins loses at least 28.6 pounds inside of the program. So if you're interested, text info to 918-265-4477.
Family. It's bigger than bloodlines, stronger than DNA. It's the circle we draw around the people that matter, the people we care about and care for. Armstrong Bank. Strength runs in our family.
Welcome back to Green Country Sports Network. It's 2nd and 13 at the 19-yard line of the Chieftains. 2:39 to go in the half, coming off the timeouts, leaving, I believe, Sapulpa with 1 remaining. Trips to the right. He's empty backfield, Twins to the left. There's a snap. Goes across the middle. He's got a man. He can't hold it. Falls down, incomplete.
He was wide open, yeah.
He had him on the inside post.
You know, right now Tahlequah is kind of changing their defense philosophy a little bit. They've backed way up off the line in this situation.
Well, they could have called false start as they had 2 receivers that took off before the ball was snapped, and they let it play.
Let them go.
So here we go, 3rd and 13 with 2:33 to go in the half. Empty backfield. Trips are to the right, Twins to the left. The sophomore quarterback alone. There's a snap. Looks to his left. And now we got a penalty flag. This time they called it. Both the receivers left before the ball was snapped. False start is the call. I just said that.
Yep.
Well, they were getting they're taking off, and the center is slow to snap. And I think they're leaving on the snap count, but the center's just a little bit slow on that snap. And you know what? That's what a good nose tackle will do to you. He's more worried about blocking him up than the snap. And so great job there. Just the presence of Baker at nose guard forcing that. So trips now to the left, still empty backfield. Twins are to the right. Now they move all the way over. You're going to have quad. Nope, now they're going to move all the way back over. So trips to the right, Twins to the left, empty. There's a snap. He looks to his right, going to go across the middle, deep, incomplete, and Zaxton's got to be careful because that could have been a hit on a defenseless receiver. And I think that is what Keith Wilson is telling him right now. Hey, pay attention here, be careful with that. And that's going to bring up 4th and long, and the Tigers defense again forces another stop.
Well, you know, Ashley, that's a sophomore quarterback, his first high school start, and he's kind of playing. He's playing nervous right now, which is to be expected, I guess.
So Tigers set to return the punt. 2:27 to go in the first half. There's a snap, good snap. Kicks up and away.
What in the world?
Did he get hit?
He got hit, but he flopped. And that ball goes short at the 26-yard line, trying to get the Tigers away from it, and it rolls to the 30.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
and that's a good no call because they barely touched him, and he fell down trying to draw the running into the kicker, and the referee was not having it. Terrible punt for the Chieftains as it got back to the original first down marker. So great field position for the Tigers, coach. Good opportunity here to punch in and get some points here before the half.
Yeah, 2:12 and a half to take advantage of this, we hope.
I was bragging on him earlier, and he was punting really well before the game, but that punt right there was struggling.
If the Tigers could punch it in here at the second half, they get the ball in the second half. So the ball currently is at the 31 of Sapulpa on the left hash with 2:12 to go. Tigers on top, 10-0.
So our running game was looking pretty good a while ago. Penalties stopped that for us. So let's play sharp here and move it down the field.
So Twins right, single receiver left, Gertie back in at tailback, offset left. And Gilbert is upset because he has to burn a timeout because they're missing a fullback. And that's a frustrating thing because you have to burn a timeout on a change of possession on somebody who's not knowing that they're supposed to be in the game. So that's the frustration I think you see on Gilbert's face right there of having to burn that, because that's an important timeout for them, leaving them one remaining. So that's an important timeout here with only 2:12 to go.
Yeah, I'd like to talk about Laura Lunn up there on Downing Street, State Farm insurance agent, and they made a really smart move having Kansas City people be their spokesman. And
so here we go. Now we got a fullback in the game. Fullback offset right, twins to the right, single receiver to the left, tailback offset left, McIlvain in the gun. 1st and 10, 2:12 to go and a half. There's a snap. Handoff. Got a little reverse. Round the corner, McIlvain throws a block, and it's to no avail as Zaxton Carshall is brought down at the 35-yard line, a loss of 4.
Good read by number 10. Whoever, I can't see the lineup here.
McIlvain trying to throw a block, but Zaxton couldn't get around it.
Yeah, 10
on the reverse.
Exceptional. He got off his blocker, and then he fought off Cash, too.
He's going to bring up 2nd and 14 for the Tigers. Clock running, minute 40 to go here in the first half. Tigers with a 10-0 lead. Twin receivers to the right. That's J.J. Antwine in the slot. Tight end right, fullback, tailback, offset right of McIlvain in the gun. Handoff inside Gertie. Gertie picks up maybe a yard. And now there's a fight, and we have to tackle our own guy right there. He's going to be ejected.
Yep.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, and that is Lane Fisher, and he lost all composure there, and
whoever this guy
Carter Kelly did a great job to stop it and get him out of there. But that's going to be at least a 15-yard penalty, if not an ejection.
Yeah, I would be surprised if it's not an ejection.
Yep. And he is ejected from the ball game.
And
that's a huge penalty because that's going to back the Tigers up into their own territory and going to bring up, and if that's a dead ball penalty, so that should bring up 3rd and forever. Composure has been one of the things of note for the Tigers that they have tried to work on, and you just got to assume that there was something going on for him to act that way, because I know that young man. He is a great young man, so I'm inclined to believe that there's something that occurred down there that caused him to react, because that is a great young man. I can tell you that right now. That is definitely out of character there, but I hate to see that. But again, Lane's a great kid, and I'm sure he'll bounce back, and Tigers will have to adjust right here.
Does that mean he has to set out part of next week?
We'd have to look at the rules, but I do believe that is the case. We'll have to see how the rules play out on that. So, minute 24 to go. It is 3rd and a mile for the Tigers as the ball is at the 49-yard line of Sapulpa. So we're still in Sapulpa territory, but you got to figure what we're going to do here, as Sapulpa still has 2 timeouts. Twins left and right, tailback offset right. McIlvain back to pass, steps up, throws, caught. Good job there by Antwine. He caught it at about the 39-yard line, and he's brought down. We're going to see where they mark it, and that's a terrible spot. That is an absolutely horrendous spot. He caught it at the 39-yard line and was drugged back to the 41, and right now that's an absolutely horrendous spot.
Well, he did a good job of staying in bounds. So time is more important, I think, than that.
So the Tigers will punt as the clock continues to run, and interesting to see that Sapulpa finally takes a timeout, but they let about 7 seconds run off the clock. Yeah. With that timeout, we're going to take one with them. Thank you for watching Green Country Sports Network and listening on Lakes Country KEOK Tahlequah.
Thank you for watching Tahlequah Tiger Athletics on Green Country
Back to Green Country Sports Network. 48 seconds to go in the half. Tigers going to punt 4th and 21. Let's see what we've got here.
He's not very deep back there, fellas.
He's going to take a few steps back. There's the snap. Torkelson kicks away.
Woo,
high,
my
end
goodness.
over end. Takes a bounce. Great kick. Get out of bounds. Oh, that is awesome. I think it went out of bounds right at the 3-yard line. My goodness sakes, Torkelson with the coffin corner punt.
Did you see it just stopped right at the pylon?
It died and then rolled to the pylon. Great punt for the freshman.
That's a beautiful spiral to go.
Let's talk about Torkelson for a moment.
And he didn't even hardly move. Like, he just kicked it.
Great kick. And that puts some pressure on Sapulpa, as they've got 97 yards to get a touchdown with 40 seconds to go and 1 timeout.
Well, I want to tell you something. The other team had the ball on the 1 yard one year, and they threw a 99-yard pass on us. So.
And it looks to me like they're going to go into a protected formation. I don't think they're going to take a knee, but it looks like they're going to hand off inside, and they do. Round the corner, Tahlequah there to make the stop right at about the, let's call it the 9-yard line. A pickup of maybe, 5? And clock continuing to run. Let's see what Sapulpa elects to do. They're not in a big hurry here. Maybe they're going to be happy with just taking it into the half. And there's just too many things that could go wrong down here. They probably don't want to risk that. So clock continuing to run at 10 seconds. There's 16 on the play clock, and that's it. That's how the first half is going to end. Tigers on top, 10-0. We're going to be back with the Green Country Funeral Home halftime show. Thank you for watching Green Country Sports Network and listening on Lakes Country, KEOK, Tahlequah.
Hello, I'm David of Green Country Funeral Home, the only locally owned funeral home in Tahlequah, owned by my wife Renita and myself. We're also proud to be the only funeral home in the area with an on-site crematory to meet the needs of our community, your families. Our family at Green Country Funeral Home works to assist and guide you through the many details of your family's final needs and wishes. Green Country Funeral Home, where we don't work for a corporation, we work for you.
Okay, babe, this new home insurance, I'm bugging out.
Why did you say bugging? And why are you bugging?
I don't know what I'm doing. Why aren't you bugging?
Because we just need a State Farm agent. That's what they do. They help people understand their insurance and not bugging out about it. Now quit bugging and say the jingle.
Okay, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Agent Mark Hudson is there.
Call 918-456-8881 today.
Is the place to go for your summer projects and renovation projects. Whether it is small or large, Davis Interior Surfaces can help you with your flooring and countertop needs. Custom showers, backsplashes, and even sinks. Davis Interior Surfaces has all major brands of carpet, wood flooring, and vinyl laminate, along with exotic and standard granite and quartz in many colors. Stop by and choose your new interior at Davis Interior Surfaces, 13813 Highway 62, just west of Tahlequah, and they will get the job done for you.
There are times when you need to wash your car more than once a month. Now you can when you purchase the monthly unlimited wash powered by Everwash from Super Spray Car Wash in Tahlequah. Just download the Everwash app, select your plan, submit it, and wash your vehicle as many times as you want in a month. The Express Wash is $14 a month. The Ultra Wash with triple foam is $18, and the Super Wash with all the extras is only $22 a month. Set up your monthly payment and start washing your vehicle as often as you want at Super Spray Car Wash in Tahlequah.
Built strong and built to last. Kawasaki Mule side-by-sides are made to handle the toughest jobs. Whether you're putting in a hard day's work or trail riding on the weekend, Mule side-by-sides are built to get it all done with confidence. From the compact Mule SX to the full-size Mule Pro FTX. No matter the task, there's a perfect Mule side-by-side to help get the job done. We've stayed authentic to our roots for over 30 years with an uncompromised commitment to performance, capability, and durability. That commitment is captured in 3 words after building a reputation that doesn't waver. When it comes to the capable lineup of Kawasaki Mule side-by-sides, those 3 words are trusted, tried, and true. Available at Jimmy Houston Marine in Kawasaki on Highway 82, just north of Keys.
I'm Jeremy McClure, your Tahlequah Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of the Tahlequah Tigers football team on Lakes Country KEOK. Call 918-456-1370 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs.
Welcome back to the Green Country Sports Network. We're waiting on the band to take the field. We'd like to let all the band parents back home hear the band play. Ready?
Watching the Green Country Sports Network live broadcast of the Tahlequah Tigers versus Sapulpa Chieftains. Tahlequah on top right now, 10-0. It is halftime, and the story thus far is the defense. And after we watch the Orange Express play, and we'll come back with more on the Green Country Funeral Home halftime show. Talk stats. We got Craig Wing here, who's our statistician. Statistician
extraordinaire. It's completely unofficial.
We're waiting on the green light here from the Orange Express. We want to make sure that you get the opportunity to watch and listen. Got to see them. They practice early in the morning. They do a lot of hard work. And Tahlequah historically has had a great band program. We're going to step away and let you enjoy the Orange Express.
Dylan, if you're back home watching this, keep practicing. You'll be out there next year. My little 8th grader really enjoys being in the band, and they do a great job with them. I mean, a great job with these young kids. He's come such a long way in a year in the program. It's extraordinary. We got the band majors up, they're ready. And here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, guard captain, Ella Clark. Guard co-captains are Madison Sturlover and Ruby Elysia. Guard coach is Ryan Kingfisher. On behalf of the band directors and umpires, Brandon Barr, Brady Hacker, and Christian Williamson, we hope that you've enjoyed tonight's performance. The Orange Express. Ladies and gentlemen, the Orange Express, under the direction of Linnell Spire, Brandon Mahara, Brady Hacker, and Christian Williamson.
Welcome back to the Green Country Sports Network live broadcast, the Tahlequah Tigers versus the Sapulpa Chieftains, and that was the Tahlequah Orange Express playing here on the Green Country halftime show. Coach, you know, the thing is, we wouldn't be able to do this broadcast if it weren't for the people who sponsors, people like Tahlequah Lumber. You know, I went in there just the other day. You know, you've got Mike Skinner, you got Brett Bynum, both Tahlequah Tigers, and, you know, met by Dave Whitmore. You know, hey, meet you at the door. Everything is efficient. They're there. They're helpful. They're knowledgeable. And then, you know, I have a Traeger. I like to smoke a lot of barbecue, and they've got a great selection there of Traeger smoking pellets and everything, you know, and they know what they're talking about too, so you can get in and have a good barbecue conversation with them. So not just do they sell lumber, but they have all your barbecue needs as well. So really,
yeah, I see that Snapchats all the time and never an invite. He's got tons of meats and everything else on there and never get an invite.
Well, I can tell you this, most of those Snapchat meat pics, if you will, are sponsored in part by Tahlequah Lumber. The other people that sponsor this program, you know, State Farm, Baker's Furniture, Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, and again, like we say, you know, guys, they support this program. They support your kids out here every week, and it's these smaller businesses that are constantly asked day in and day out to support, and they do. And so in return, we ask that you support them as well, and that's, you know, as they are investing into your kids, invest in the community by investing back to them. Coach?
Yeah, I agree with you too. And if you're out there and you'd like to be a sponsor, we would have you call Kelly Calloway or any of us. We'd be glad to have you join our team. I look back in the last few years in these games, and we've been ahead in every game. And so I am not comfortable at all with this 10-0 score. And
no, I think you're absolutely right, Coach. I think we've got to do something offensively. I think we've squandered some opportunities here. You know, defense is playing their tails off. I mean, you've got 2 turnovers, several stops. I mean, they've held them scoreless in the first half. Last year, if you remember, I believe it was 41-38 final, and it was almost a shootout, if you will. And so defense is doing everything they're supposed to do. Offense now needs to join the party and start contributing. And I believe Craig's here. You got some stats, some first half stats.
Yeah, y'all talking about defense. So I have 3 first downs for Sapulpa. They've run the ball 10 times for 14 yards. They've passed 10 times for 37 yards, an interception, and a fumble. I mean, I'm a defensive guy. I love to see defense, and I think what the guy had rushing last year is 227.
227, and being held to under what?
Well, he's 1.4 yards a carry right now.
And Tahlequah comes out with the ball.
Yep.
Want to follow up a little bit on the ejection, and I did a little investigation there during our break, and just as I suspected, they said that our guy was hit first, and it's always the second thing they catch. But I know, like I said, I know that young man. He is a great young man, and knew that something had to happen to set that into motion, and I hate it for him, but they always catch the second guy, and like I said, I knew that something had to happen to him, but hopefully the Tigers will exact revenge here in this first half and get the ball moving up and down the field.
And football is not a cerebral thing. It's not a chess match. So you're trying to get your emotions high, to get that adrenaline going, and you're right on the edge all the time, and it's sometimes easy to go over that edge.
Yeah, you're talking about offense. Tahlequah's rushed 23 times for 98 yards. They passed 10 times, 7 completions, 64 yards. Beckett has 36 yards receiving. Sampson has 9. Rushing, Gertie has 14 carries for 79 yards.
Gertie's approaching another 100-yard game for him.
This is more than what he had last week at halftime. The O-line really picked it up in the second half.
I got the opportunity to speak with him post-game last week. Again, just a tough young man, and said, hey, he called me coach, because he said, Coach, he goes, I'm going to get 1,000 yards this season. And I said, I hope so, Jake, because if you get 1,000 yards, we're winning ball games.
You bet.
And the one thing about Jake is, man, it's rare. It's very rare that the first guy brings him down. And that kid has fell forward since he was in 3rd grade. And he has always fought for every single yard, and he's continuing to do so. I would like to see at this point, maybe they continue to feed him the ball. Come out here and just take over. There's something when you just march down the field in a fashion of just running the ball and pushing it down their throat. So I would like to see more of that. Just to really demoralize the Sapulpa defense.
3:07 to go in halftime.
This Tiger offense in the past, when they are really clicking that running game, that's what gets them going. Then that play action pass opens up for them. You'll see Beckett streaking down the sideline. You just got to keep going, and they've been rotating both offense and defensive line, so they're keeping people fresh.
Well, they've got. The other issue they're having that they didn't have last week is they've got to have some. They're getting penalties. They're getting behind the chain, the holding, and so that's forcing them out of their original game plan.
Yeah.
And so I think they got to get back to playing disciplined football and getting ahead of the chains.
Yeah. Speaking of that, you thought we would have the edge having a week extra of game time, but both teams have 6 penalties for 45 yards.
And I know that Gilbert is not happy with that stat. He wants to clean that way up. But right now, Tahlequah is winning in the turnover section, as they've got an interception and a fumble. St. John Sampson on the fumble recovery, and was it Traven Morrison with the early interception. And the points off of turnovers right now is the difference in the ball game, and that's 10-0.
So did we have a turnover last week?
We had one late in the game when they brought in a backup quarterback, and he had an errant throw. So only one interception right there. So right before we come back to the second half, we're going to take a break. Thank you for watching Green Country Sports Network and listening to Lakes Country, KEOK, Tahlequah.
Hello, I'm David of Green Country Funeral Home, the only locally owned funeral home in Tahlequah, owned by my wife Renita and myself. We're also proud to be the only funeral home in the area with an on-site crematory to meet the needs of our community, your families. Our family at Green Country Funeral Home works to assist and guide you through the many details of your family's final needs and wishes. Green Country Funeral Home, where we don't work for a corporation, we work for you.
Family, it's bigger than bloodlines, stronger than DNA. It's the circle we draw around the people that matter, the people we care about and care for. Armstrong Bank. Strength runs.
Oh, I feel so alive. As I reach out to the sky.
Are you you're a fitness beginner who is struggling to lose weight, maybe you've tried tons of different diets, but nothing seems to work. Maybe you're looking in the mirror, you're not happy about the reflection staring back at you. At Elevated Aesthetics, we help fitness beginners learn how to lose 15 to 20 pounds in 6 months or less, guaranteed without having to give up their favorite foods. On average, each client that joins loses at least 28.6 pounds inside of the program. So if you're interested, text info to 918-265-4477. That's 918-265-4477. Chat soon.
Welcome back to the Green Country Sports Network live broadcast of the Tahlequah Tigers versus the Sapulpa Chieftains, and they've reset the clock to 3 minutes to let the players warm up. And the Tigers will have the ball as they deferred, and we were going to start on offense, so an opportunity to get some points on the board. Let's hope that they come out crisp and clean and march down the field.
Yeah, I'm looking for Beckett Robinson, see if he's out there. He's kind of gimped up in the first half.
So again, health and being healthy are seeming to be an issue, so hopefully we can get that lined out. 2:20 to go before we kick off, and you know, like Coach, you said it best, no one is comfortable with the 10-0 lead right now. Absolutely not. And we hope this defense continues to do what it's doing like it did in the first half, so therefore the offense can get into rhythm and get in the flow and put some points on the board. But right now the defense is what we're talking about, and that's they've done an outstanding job. Yeah. Now can they keep doing it?
This is kind of old school football, this defense like this. One year Tahlequah had like 6 shutouts on the season. And
so speaking of shutouts, we're going back to the trivia question. When was the last time Tahlequah beat Sapulpa, and who was the quarterback? So if you have an answer, go ahead and post it in the comments section on the YouTube page, and if we have more than one right answer, we have a highly technical, complicated process. Sophisticated, that's the word I was looking for, of deciding who the winner is. We'll draw it out of Kelly's hat.
Yep, we will draw it, and you could win a 30-minute massage from the Palms and Wellness. Thank you to them. Megan White, another Tahlequah alum, graduated with her. I've known Megan since we were grade school, and she's a big supporter of just the Tahlequah community in general.
Yeah.
Tigers on the field.
See if we can run one back.
They are set for the return. They are defending the south end zone, so they will be going from right to left if you're watching on the radio. We're about 20 seconds away from the start of the second half.
Yeah, and for you fashionistas out there, Tahlequah has the orange helmets, orange jerseys, white pants, with various color of shoes, and so looking very spiffy tonight.
Speaking of shoes, I'm kind of disappointed that I ended up not watching the rest of the game last night. I turned it off because I thought, oh, the Chiefs have this, and then apparently it was a really, really, really good game.
Game of inches.
And they were talking about if the guy might have had white cleats on, they might not have been able to tell on that white if he'd have hit the white or not.
So here we go. Ball's teed up at the 40. Sapulpa breaks their special teams huddle. Tahlequah retreats into the regular return.
What kind of legs this guy got, Kelly?
Well, the punter earlier, in warm-ups, he was just knocking it, but I don't know with this kid.
It's going to be a high kick, bounces at the 30, taken by the Tigers to the 32. Not much doing there. So just a little pooch kick. And the Tigers take over 1st and 10 on their own 32-yard line.
After we score this time, we may want to pooch this next.
Yeah, I didn't see who returned it.
This is a big series. It always is coming out first of the half. Set the tone. So I hope we set a good tone here.
Here we go. Ball's on the right hash, and here come the Tiger offense. J.J. Antwine, Cutter Gardner, and Beckett Robinson. So Beckett and Cutter are in twins. Beckett in the slot to the left. And it looks like we're going to have twins to the right as well. Gertie is the tailback, offset left of McIlvain in the gun. The whistle is blown. We're ready for action. There's a snap. Handoff to Gertie. Gertie makes one-man miss, and he's going to be brought down for a loss of 1.
About 5 Sapulpa Chieftains there to take him down. Loss of 1 looked like.
McIlvain was nearly hit during the handoff. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 11 for the Tigers as the clock is running. 11.5 to go here in 3rd. Twin receivers to the left. That's Cutter, Gardner, and Beckett Robinson. Twins to the right. J.J. Antwine. Tailback offset left of McIlvain. McIlvain rolls to his left. Little out route. Caught is Gardner. He gets to about the 40-yard line, and he's pushed out of bounds. Oh, no, they're going to say it's incomplete, so that he was juggling the ball as he ran out of bounds. So that is an incomplete pass. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 11.
Moving back further than
also
that is
a
holding penalty.
See if they're going to accept the holding penalty, because that will back them up 10. That is the call against the Tigers, but it'll replay the down, but it'll bring up.
This is not a good way to start the second half.
2nd and a lot.
Not what you want.
At 20. 2nd and 21. Ball's at the 21. So not how you want to start the second half.
No.
So Tigers go 2 tight end formation. Excuse me, a tight end right, fullback left, single receivers left and right.
We got to get that emotion back that we had at the start of the game.
Kind of dead here for the offense. Play clock down to 5. There's a snap. Back to pass to McIlvain. Out of his hands quickly. Oh, and great defensive play there by the cornerback as he knocks it away. J.J. Antwine was the intended receiver. That's going to bring up 3rd and 21 for the Tigers.
That's close to the interception, too.
That was close. He was able to just try to knock it down. It's a good thing he did, because if Antwine comes up with it, he's to the house. 10:49 to go. Tigers in a rough spot. 3rd and 21 at the 21-yard line, so need to get some yards here, as they may be forced to punt.
Well, these receivers are having a chance. Somebody needs to step up and
trips right
and make a play.
Maybe we need to turn our lights off in here again so we can have good luck. Are we superstitious?
Tailback offset right. There's a snap. Handoff inside. Round the left hand. He's got some daylight. He's to the 30, about to the 40-yard line is Caden Waits. He felt like he didn't get knocked down, and he kept running. And they've got him marked at the 40. Kind of a weird deal there.
I think he did hit the ground, didn't he?
Trying to convince him that he was still going.
I think he did hit the ground, because the Tahlequah coaches aren't really throwing a fit either.
He picked up 9 yards, brings up 4th and 12, and Tigers on the first possession of the second half will be forced to punt.
We're going lights out so we can see if we can.
Hard to see with the glare on the window.
It is.
If anybody knows Northeastern, if you could ask them to clean the windows, that would be outstanding. Here we go. 10:04 to go. There's a snap. Kicks low, driving punt. Bounces at the 40. Continues to take a Tahlequah roll down to the 38-yard line. And so Tigers go 3 and out on their first possession of the second half. And the Chieftains will take over with good field position at the 38-yard line on the right hash. Well, Coach, that's not how you want to start the second half offensively.
And this may be Sapulpa's best field position. Close to it.
Yeah, because they ran a kickback, and then that penalty brought them back, to the 35, and then they got a holding penalty, which took it back to the 25. So yeah, we were right at their best field position of the game. So here comes Sapulpa, single receiver to the left, single receiver to the right. Look for a counter out of this formation. Fullback offset right in a pistol. There's the counter, just like I said, and Tigers do a good job reading that. He picked up about 2, got it to the 40-yard line, will bring up 2nd and 8. That's one thing I noticed when they get in that position, they run that counter, they pull the guard and fullback over to try to create a hole, and then they run it straight up the middle.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what kind of adjustments Sapulpa's made, what kind of changes they made.
So here we go. Braxton Baker was in on that tackle. 2nd and 8 for the Chieftains. Fullback offset left, tailback offset right, twins to the left. There's a snap. Handoff. Following that guard, he goes inside. He's met by the linebacker. He's going to pick up he breaks loose. He's still going. He could go. He's to the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Sapulpa. And that's one of the things we were afraid of, was his shiftiness there, as he is able, looks like the Tahlequah had him down, how he was able to break free. Because the linebacker met him right there, and he just was able to weasel out of that.
They had about 5 or 6 Tigers right there.
It's like he went to Chris's auto lube and got lubed up and was able to escape the grasp of the Tiger defense.
Nice one. I'm telling you. Man. All you need to change the score.
So 9:03, Sapulpa scores their first touchdown of the game. And right now, Tigers on top 10-6. Here comes the extra point attempt for the Chieftains. There's the snap. Kicks up, away, looks good from here, and it is good.
It is.
Yep. 10-7, Tigers up on top by 3, 9:03 to go in the third quarter. Thank you for watching Green Country Sports Network and listening on Lakes Country 102.1 Tahlequah.
H&H Quality Tires and Auto. River Valley Church. State Representative Bobhead Culver.
Back to the Green Country Sports Network live broadcast of the Tahlequah Tigers versus Sapulpa Chieftains. And right now, Coach, all the momentum is in the favor of Sapulpa. We need a spark either from special teams or offensively to get the energy back up. It just kind of feels like there was a hush over the crowd. There's just, not a lot of energy on the sidelines, and that's what the big MO does to you, right? The big momentum plays a factor. And so Tahlequah needs to steal some of that back right here in this possession.
You got about 9 minutes to go to get the trivia question answer in. Who was the quarterback and what year did Tahlequah last beat Sapulpa? Put those in our YouTube comments, and you'll be entered to win a 30-minute massage from the Palms.
Are we going to need any hints, Kelly?
I don't know yet.
Might need to do that.
I don't.
Sapulpa in their special teams huddle, and they're at the 40-yard line. Ball's teed up. Tahlequah retreats. The previous kick was a little pooch kick over to the left hash. Look for something similar here. And it's the exact same thing. Goes over towards the sideline and out of bounds, so that'll be a penalty. So Tigers will have good field position to start.
Right?
That's where it should move to the 35. We'll see if we've seen them put it at the 35. We've seen them put it at the 40.
Yeah, I know.
Sometimes they're wrong. And I'm trying to see where he's standing. He was standing at the 30. So, yeah, he's going to move forward. Put it at the 35. Right in the center of the field. So here come the Tigers.
This was an important game to see where we're at for the rest of the season. Sapulpa is a good team. They're number 5 in 6A, and so let's see what we're made out of.
Trips right, tailback offset right, counter to the left. There goes Gertie. He was almost ran down from the back, but he again makes one miss, and he gets to they mark him at the 39-yard line. From this angle here, it looks like he got to the 40. So I hate to be the guy that's always arguing with the referees or the officials, but the spotting so far I have not agreed with. So 4-yard pickup for Gertie. That's going to bring up 2nd and 6. Clock running with 8.5 to go here in the third quarter. Tight end to the right, fullback to the right, tailback offset right of McElvain. There's a snap. Round left tackle. He's got some daylight. To the 45, to the 40. He's got some space.
Move.
That's Caden Waits. Caden Waits gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. Ooh. What a run for the senior.
Man,
Great run by the former superintendent's grandson, Caden Waits.
If that safety had false teeth, that fake would have knocked him plumb out of his head.
That's awesome. So a little spark of energy there provided by Caden Waits. Fullback offset right, tailback offset right, single receivers left and right. There's a snap, same play, handoff waits, straight up the middle, still pushing, still going, and he's going to come down right about the 19-yard line, maybe a gain of 1.
That's what you were asking for, Ashley.
So here we are, 2nd and 9 for the Tigers. 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
21 in now.
Chris Perry in at tailback. Chris Perry, a junior. Fullback offset right. Perry offset right of McElvain. Single receiver left and right. There's the snap. McElvain handoff to Perry. Perry around the left, cuts back inside. Not much doing there as he runs into his own guy. And he is brought down with no gain back at the 19. And that'll bring up 3rd and 9. Tigers not getting the push that they were earlier in the game. So there's the adjustment made by Sapulpa that they have settled in and dug their heels into the ground here.
That number 10 for Sapulpa, man, he's making some good tackles tonight. He's the one that made that read earlier today on our reverse.
So Gertie back in the game at tailback. Single receivers left and right. Trying to see that's Elvis Myers at tight end. Tight end to the left. Here we go. Man in motion is Antwine from left to right. There's the snap. McElvain fakes, rolls to his right, throws back. He's got a man. That's Gertie. Gertie caught it. Touchdown, Tigers! What a play!
A great, fantastic call
by the Tigers as he fakes it to it and then turns around and gets the old throwback. Touchdown, Tahlequah. Nice ball by Cash McElvain to just throw it up to Jake Gertie, who comes down with it, and he takes a walk
I bet Cash's eyes were big as saucers when he saw how open he was.
Touchdown, Tigers, and that's how you answer a touchdown drive by Sapulpa. Is a touchdown drive of your own. Kicks up, away, and it is good. Torkelson, 2 for 2 and a field goal. Tigers 17, Sapulpa 7. We're going to take a break. Thank you for watching Green Country Sports Network and listening on Lakes Country, KEOK.
That is literally the funniest thing ever.
And then I said,
it wasn't. But this guy could use a win.
Even if it's not as big of a win as I get with free Kasasa Cash checking. Kasasa Cash pays me a really high rate and refunds ATM withdrawal fees nationwide. So I feel like a queen. Has a mega bank ever made you feel that way? Or was it more like this guy? Take back banking with Kasasa Cash.
Get Kasasa Cash at First State Bank.
Welcome back to the Green Country Sports Network, and Coach, that's what we were talking about just then was, you know, having a little bit of energy, a little bit of spark thrown back in to the Tigers. And you look down here, you got the linemen and everything trying to get the crowd into it, get the student section back fired up, and here we go, Tigers with a little life on the sidelines again.
Yeah,
got the ball teed up.
That showed a lot of character, a lot of heart.
Guys, they're making it hard on us. We're going to have to pick a First State Bank player of the game tonight, too.
Torkelson's got it teed up at the 40.
6:45.
I know.
And it's a little pooch kick, trying to catch him. Ball's on the ground. It's up for grabs. I think Sapulpa may have got it. Nice kick there by Torkelson. Tigers almost got a hold of it. And so Sapulpa will take over at the 36-yard line, and that's a smart kick right there by the Tahlequah special teams. Gave him an opportunity to get the ball back.
If you catch that in the air after it goes 10 yards, it's our ball.
I thought they were about to kill him.
Did you take that? You don't watch it? Oh.
So one more time on trivia, Kelly?
Sure. Somebody else, one more time.
Last time, maybe. Last time Tahlequah beat Sapulpa was what year, and who was the quarterback for that team?
Pistol formation, counter left, and that's going to be a false start as both the fullback and the guard left a little bit early. That's going to be a false start against Sapulpa. That'll back them up 5 yards, bring up 1st and 15. And that should move them to about the 33-yard line.
Boy, we got one of our Tigers trying to get them fired up out there.
Here we go. It looks like Sapulpa now kind of wants to go back to the running game themselves, as they've brought in, it's twin receivers left and right, but it's a tight formation in the gun. Now they're going to back to pass. They're going to go to the wing. Got him. and brought down nearly immediately, but that's a big pickup.
He carried a couple of Tigers on that.
And Antoine was the first to meet him, and he carried Antoine.
On that, just a little wide receiver, or excuse me, little halfback flare, swing pass, if you will, and brings up 2nd and 4. So a good pickup there for Sapulpa. 2nd and manageable at the 42-yard line on the left hash. Twin receivers to the left, fullback offset left, tailback in the pistol, look for the counter right. And no, they run the counter right, but they're going to throw the ball. Looking across the middle, he's being pressured, has to come off, has a man at the 45, and he's going to be brought down by Zaxton Carshall. But that's a big pickup for Sapulpa and enough for a first down. He was being chased down by Kingston Hall, putting him in pressure. 1st and 10 inside Tiger territory.
That was one of the best passes I've seen out of that guy this.
So he rolled around and kept rolling to his right, praying for his receiver to come open, which he did. So here we go. Trips to the left.
Right on the money, too.
In the pistol, single receiver to the right. There's a snap. Fakes the handoff. It's a busted play. Chris Perry running him down, and he's going to be helped out by Kingston Hall. And pickup of 1 on the busted play. So he turned to his right. Tailback wasn't there, and tailback went to the left. And so he just tucked it and kept it. And Perry was the first one to come and meet him, and then Kingston Hall and the remaining Tigers helped bring him down. 5 minutes, 25 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Trips to the left, single receiver to the right, tailback offset left to the quarterback in the gun. Back to pass, looks to his left, swing route out to the tailback, and Tigers force him out of bounds at about the 35-yard line, short of the first down. Will bring up 3rd and about 2 for the Chieftains.
That's a pretty good cushion we're giving them there.
Trying to get the ball to his tailback in space. And so you can see the adjustments that have been made here by Sapulpa. 3rd and short, 3rd and about 2, 5:10 to go here in the third.
I think that quarterback transferred in from one of the other schools this year.
Tailback left, fullback left, handoff inside. He's got enough for the first down, still going. He's going to be brought down at looks like the 26-yard line, but he got enough for a first down. So 1st and 10 for Sapulpa at the 26-yard line. Sapulpa on the move. So what started off as kind of a defensive back and forth has now turned into offenses moving the ball up and down the field.
Yeah, a lot more excitement this quarter.
Ball's on the left hash, 26-yard line. Sapulpa 1st and 10, 5 minutes to go here in the third. Trips to the right, single receiver to left, tailback offset left, quarterback in the gun.
Time for
There's the snap.
Is what I'm
Fakes
saying.
the counter right, goes inside slant, missed tackle by the Tigers, touchdown Sapulpa. Inside slant and just flat out missed the tackle, and he takes it to the house.
26-yard touchdown pass.
It's going to be this kind of second half, isn't it?
26-yard touchdown pass. And that was J.J. Antoine on the coverage. Just couldn't bring him down, and he takes it to the house. Tigers right now 17, Sapulpa 13, and here comes the extra point at 10.
Well, two huge breakdowns, and they've scored 14 points.
Sapulpa's had the ball twice in the second half, and they have scored both times. So there's the kick. It's away, and it is good. Tigers 17, Sapulpa 14. We're going to take a break. Thank you for watching Green Country Sports Network and listening on Lakes Country KEOK.
Thank you for watching Tahlequah Tiger Athletics on Green Country.
Back to the Green Country Sports Network live broadcast of Tahlequah Tigers versus Sapulpa Chieftains. 17-14. Tigers on top with 4:46 to go in the third. And, you know, coming out, and it's been fireworks. It was kind of a defensive battle here in the first half, and now it's kind of turned into an offensive fireworks show with Sapulpa scoring twice, Tahlequah scoring once, and that's the difference by 3 points.
Yeah. Sapulpa's got a good team. They're number 5 and 6A2. And so they've got a good program. Turned into a barn burner, hasn't it?
I don't like it. So there's a kick, drives it deep, rolls into the end zone, and that will be a touchback. So Tigers will take over at the 20-yard line.
That was a really good kick there by him. Right inside that pylon.
Yeah, I thought it was going out, Kelly. All right, here we go. We're going to get that on the 20-yard line.
So Tigers will take over 1st and 10 with 4:46 to go here in the third, clinging through to a 3-point lead. And here the student section cheering Orange Power, trying to insert some energy back into their
Might have me saying go Pokes here in a minute.
Friends and neighbors, yeah. So here we go. Wyatt Stevens is checked in the ball game for Carter Kelly. Twins to the right, single receivers to the left, tailback offset left. Inside run, nice move, still on his feet. And that's Caden Waits carrying the ball, and he picked up 3. Down, got to the 23-yard line. Will bring up 2nd and 7 for the Tigers. Nice hole there. The difference you're seeing right now is the linebacker play by Sapulpa. You know, the linebacker play much better than it was at East Central. So they're filling those gaps pretty quickly. So here we go. 2nd and 7 for the Tigers. Twins right. Full tailback offset right. That's Waits at tailback. Single receiver to the left. McElvain in the gun. 10 seconds to snap it. Handoff off the counter. Around the corner he goes, and he picks up another couple. So, you know, he's doing what you're asking him to do. He got it to about the 26-yard line. So that'll bring up 3rd and 4. So 3rd and manageable for the Tigers.
A lot of people slipping and falling on this turf. So I don't know what the problem is.
3rd and 4 for the Tigers. I feel like this is a very important 3rd down conversion for the boys here.
Yeah,
as the clock continues to run, 3.5 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah,
so they bring in trips to the right. Tailback offset right of McElvain. McElvain rolls to his right. He throws it. It's caught. That's Beckett Robinson who brings it down. He's got enough for the 1st down. Great conversion. Great pitch and catch
really good
between Cash and Beckett. That's good enough for a Tiger 1st down.
Beckett coming up again, kind of hobbling.
1st and 10 for the Tigers. Ball could be placed at the 33-yard line.
Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
I wonder if it's an ankle or probably an ankle. I reckon.
So Twins left, fullback, tailback, offset right, tight end right for the Tigers. There's a snap, handoff up the middle. He's to the 35, spins, and maybe makes it to the 36, depending on which one we look at and who they spot. And that is the case. Got to the 36-yard line, a gain of 3 for the Tigers.
He's coming up hobbling a little bit.
Caden Waits on the carry once again, gain of about 3.
Caden Waits on the carry.
Making the stop initially.
Was Gertie injured or something? He hadn't been in much.
Not sure.
I mean, I didn't see anything. That's why I was just asking if you guys did.
2nd and 7, clock running, 2:40 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Play clock down to 9. Twins to the left, fullback offset left, tailback offset right, tight end right. There's a snap. Handoff off of left tackle, around the corner. He's to the 40. He's got some space. To the 40, to the 50, to the 49-yard line. Nice pickup there by Daniel Carey, the junior running back.
Whoever number 43 is had a really good block.
43 is the fullback. That's Dave Alvera Jr. sealing the edge. Great job there by Dave Alvera. And that's good enough for a Tiger 1st down, and we are now in Chieftain territory.
And Alvera's about as wide as he is tall. He's a big boy.
So here we go. 1st and 10, 2:25 to go.
That was that felt huge. That play.
They needed that.
Twins to the right, fullback, tailback, offset right, tight end right. Handoff inside is Carey. Carey picking up about 3 down to the 46-yard line. Again, 3 times 4 is 12, so that we can keep doing that. We keep getting first downs.
Yep. And
follow me for more math.
And keeping Sapulpa off the field.
That's why we pay Ashley the big bucks.
Second and 7 for the Tigers. 2 minutes to go here in the third. Tigers at the 46-yard line. Single receiver left and right. Offset at fullback and tailback to the right of McElvain. McElvain back to pass. Quick pass over to his left. Caught at the 40. That is J.J. Antwine on the reception, and that's good enough for a Tiger. First down.
J.J., that was excellent.
So the ball is placed at the 36-yard line. Tahlequah picks up another first down, and this is a good drive thus far.
Yeah, that's the best route I've seen him run, in my opinion. He got a lot of separation.
So here we go. Single receivers left and right, tight end right, fullback offset left. Tailback is Jake Gertie. He moves to the left. And he's going to fall forward and cost the Tigers 5 yards.
I don't understand. That's twice now that the 2 different running backs for Tahlequah has come in right as their first play, and both false started like that.
Gertie's going to run out, and Carey's going to run back in. And so 5 yards backs them up. Be first and 15 for the Tigers at the 41-yard line.
Well, Cash gets the other team to jump a lot, so maybe he just got a strange count.
So here we go. Minute 15 to go in the third. Tigers up by 3, 17-14.
But they practice every day. You wouldn't think that would happen.
Offset left. Tailback moves to the left. There's a snap. Handoff inside is Carey, and he's makes one man miss, and he rolls forward down to the 39-yard line, a gain of 2.
This is what kills you if you're trying to have a running game. Those penalties,
they get you behind the chain, and 3 times 4 is 12. Yeah. But when you need 15, that math don't work. So second and 13, under a minute to go here in the third. Twin receivers to the right. That's Beckett Robinson in the slot. Elvis Myers, the tight end, to the left. Alvera at fullback. He's offset right. Tailback is Carey. He moves to the right.
We haven't
Play clock at 10.
Haven't tried a deep one yet.
McElvain rolls to his right. He's in trouble, and he falls down, but he's able to throw the ball away. And let's see if it got past the line of scrimmage. Are they calling him down?
There's another person that
he was down.
They're going to say he slipped, and he was trying to get the ball out of bounds. And McElvain slipped and fell before the ball came out of his hands. And I was kind of trying to lobby for him to get that ball thrown out. But that's going to be the end of the third period, third quarter. Tigers 17, Sapulpa 14. We're going to take a break. Thank you for watching Green Country Sports Network and listening on Lakes Country, KEOK, Tahlequah.
H&H Quality Tires and Auto. River Valley Church. State Representative Bobhead Culver.
I'll take a grande, no foam, triple cap, double pump vanilla latte with 3.5 ice cubes, slightly shaken, extra whip.
Yeah, that's gonna be an upcharge.
Great! This one is on my Kasasa cashback checking account.
Uh-huh.
Kasasa pays me cash back on everyday debit card purchases, plus refunds on ATM withdrawal fees. Go on, take back banking and treat yourself to monthly cash rewards.
Live broadcast. Tigers in a bind here. 3rd and 27 at the start of the 4th. Now heading towards the south end zone. Pistol formation. Single receiver to the right. That's Cutter Gertner who motions. Back to pass is McElvain. McElvain across the middle. And there's got to be a penalty flag. He hit him before the ball ever got there. And that's what and the referee just turns his head and says no. Terrible call right there. He was absolutely hit. And Gilbert's even, when Gilbert's getting in his ear, you know it's bad. And that's what Gilbert's telling right now. Like, he ran into the guy before he ever got there. Terrible no call there. Brings up 4th and long for the Tigers, and they will be forced to punt.
Fourth down now, 27 yards to go for the Tigers.
You're going to have to reset the play clock because you didn't have a ball. The play clock's down to 5. Yeah, there they go. They push the play clock back up. So Tigers on to punt. Late substitution. There's Traven Morrison runs back on the field. Chris Perry shifts to his left. There's a snap. Good snap. Terrible punt. Off the end of his foot. He got it down it. It was a punt of about 6-7 yards.
That was.
Short punt inside.
So, it's not raining, but metaphorically speaking, it has started to rain. And things are not going right for the Tigers, as what was a promising drive ended in failure.
A simple little 5-yard penalty. Started all that, and gets you behind the chain.
Here we are, 11:46 to go in the game. Tigers clinging to a 3-point lead, and Sapulpa now with their best field position at the 48-yard line. Offset left, tailback in the pistol, counter to the right. Around, just patient, finds the hole, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, stays on his feet, and brought down by Traven Morrison at about the 34-yard line. And so Sapulpa getting that run game going here in the second half. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line of the Tigers. Clock continuing to run.
During that third, Craig said 3 for 4 for passing for 34 yards, 13 carries, 61 yards, and they were 4 for 4 for 48 yards passing.
Overload left, pistol formation. There's the snap, counter back to the right. Little stutter step, and good job there by the defense as the whole defensive line brought him down. Loss of a half a yard, and that's Tiger Jimerson leading the way, along with Carter Kelly in on the tackle, and Kingston Hall, number 5, the junior defensive end.
Might have made that first initial hit, maybe.
Brings up 2nd and 11, under 11 to play in the game. 17-14 Tigers on top. Ball's at the 35-yard line. Twins to the left, single receiver to right, fullback offset left in the pistol. There's a snap. Fakes the handoff. Rolls to his right. Being pressured by Kingston. He's got a man caught at the 19, and he's going to be brought down. He got a flag that come in late. Long flag was thrown by the line judge. Let's see what we've got here.
Looks like he's throwing a hold.
They're not moving anywhere, so let's see what the call is. Ineligible or man downfield.
Oh yeah, I was wondering about that because
man downfield, so that will negate the play. They'll back him up because he had him. He was open, and it's a good pickup.
Hey guys, you want to do the trivia real quick and we can tell the winner?
Yeah. So the last time Tahlequah beat Sapulpa was in 2021, and the quarterback was Tyler Joyce.
Yeah. What year? So there we go. And our winner, we only had 3 people enter it. All 3 people had the right. We drew because we're sophisticated, and it was, I hope I don't mess this up, is it Chantel or Chantel Johnson? Tyler, I saw you answered for yourself in there. You're going to sneak in there. So if you will message me through our Facebook, and I will get with you to get you the gift certificate or get an email from you.
So 2nd and long, handoff, off left tackle, has got some space.
Wide open
Safety
there.
is the one who brought him down at about the 29-yard line. That's St. John Sampson on the tackle.
Well, they're starting to get some huge gaps in there on our defense.
They got it to the 28-yard line, and that'll bring up 3rd and 4 with 10 minutes to go here in the game. Sapulpa on the move late in the ballgame. Overload right, tailback offset right, single receivers. Tigers able to get back. They don't get a penalty on the no call. Play clock down to 10. There's a snap. Counter to the left. Around the corner he's met, but he's still going, still driving. And he's got enough for the first down as he gets it down to the 22-yard line. Braxton Baker in on the stop, along with Cash Jones.
and Traven Morrison, I think, as well.
Sapulpa's offensive line's really working hard right now. Really getting with it.
Clock continuing to run, 9:30 to go here in the game. The ball is at the 22-yard line, 1st and 10 for Sapulpa, near the left hash.
We need a good play here out of our defense. Somebody's going to step up.
Offset left fullback, offset left tailback, counter back to the right, around the corner. He's met, and he's going to be brought down after he picks up about 3. A decent gain there for Sapulpa. And Sapulpa has gone with what I said Tahlequah should do. They have now just put it on the ground and are grounding it out.
We had a blitzer go, a linebacker blitz, and kind of blew that play up a little bit.
Pickup of 2, 2nd and 8.
So our defense is trying to do some stuff to make things happen.
8:45 to go in the game. Trips to the left, single receiver to the right, tailback, offset right, quarterback in the gun. There's a snap, counter to the left. Round that left he goes and breaks with tackle, and now we got a whistle. That was a kind of an early whistle. He was still rolling. I'm happy with it because they brought him down at about the 18-yard line.
Number 60 made the shoestring tackle, and then everyone else brought him down.
That's Carter Kelly leading the way, and that'll bring up 3rd and 6 for the Chieftains.
That's a really good number, isn't it, Ashley?
It is.
I'm with you, Ashley. That was a very quick whistle.
So trips right, tailback offset. See where he's going to offset right. Single receiver to the left. Look back for the counter back to the left side here.
Come on, defense.
There it is, counter left.
Come on, defense.
Fakes, inside slant, incomplete. Little RPO. They like to run that counter out of the trips to the weak side, and that's what they did. Pulled the RPO, tried to hit the inside slant, falls incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th and 6. An opportunity here for the Tahlequah defense to get off the field.
Was that Braxton Baker that put pressure in he was right in a quarterback's face, whoever that was.
7:50 to go here in the 4th.
Disrupted his vision a little bit.
4th and 6, trips to the right, tailback offset left now, single receiver to the left, in the gun. There's the snap, back to pass, looks to his right. He's being pressured, rolls back to his left. He's got to keep it. Tigers, they stop him. Great stand there by the Tahlequah defense. And we got a little bit of just get away from it, and now there's the second flag as he's throwing his hat.
If he wouldn't have done that,
but both of them should have been dead ball penalties.
Yes.
They should be dead ball penalties. It should be Tiger football and offsetting penalties.
If our guy wouldn't have done anything back,
if he hadn't
we'd have
retaliated,
been fine.
we'd have been fine. So offsetting penalties, but it should be dead ball.
I believe it was number 21 with the
personal foul Tahlequah, personal foul Sapulpa. They offset.
21 was the tackle, whoever made the tackle, I believe.
And thank goodness.
The coach has been talking about this all summer long, about discipline, and
so Tigers do a good job. Defense coming up big there, Coach.
Yep.
Man, that was an important, let me stress the word, important defensive stand for the Tigers just then to get their offense back on the field late in the game. Opportunity to go down, march down, put some points on the board, and let's put this game away. 17-14, Tahlequah on top, 7:42 to go.
So what was that play, Ashley?
What?
What was that play?
That was just a pass play that just got busted up.
Tackled. That was an important play.
It was important. I like it.
Yeah.
Twins left and right.
Let's go offense.
Tailback offset right of McElvain in the gun.
Boy, he's 5
There's the
yards
snap.
back
Back to pass. Looks to his left. He's in pressure. There's holding. No call. And McElvain is able to get to Manny. Did he pick up?
Didn't look like he picked up that much yardage.
Where the spot is.
They have him at the 20. The other one has him at the 19 or the 14.
Yeah, he ran out of bounds. We got an injured Sapulpa. We got a flag down here on this end.
That guy's had cramps since the first quarter.
And what was the penalty they just called on
must have been
Sapulpa,
them because we're moving
and
forward.
Defensive holding, so that's going to move Tahlequah forward. And man, we got away with it.
Yeah,
we got away with it because that was holding. Yeah. And it's like he just ignored it.
He had a handful of jerseys going around that edge.
And I'm here for that.
when it goes our way,
When it
you're
goes
here
our
for it.
way, I'm okay with that.
That number 6, he's done that all game long, though. Even when they don't throw the ball to him, he's got a handful of jerseys.
Oh, yeah. So 1st and 10 for the Tigers off the penalty. 7:33 to go in the game.
We got a break.
That moves the ball up to the 26-yard line on the right hash.
Guys, I might have to go down here in a few minutes for this player of the game, and I don't know who to pick.
Twins right, Twins left, tailback offset left, McIlvain in the gun. There's the snap, handoff inside. Lowers his head. He drives all the way to the 30-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 4. Brings up 2nd and 6 for the Tigers.
Gardner hadn't been in there in the whole second half, I don't think.
Caden Waits on the carry. Going to bring up 2nd and 6.
Gain of 4 on the play, 2nd down, now 6 for the Tigers.
Well, just Morrison had the interception earlier.
Traven. Twins to the left, Twins to the right, tailback offset left of McIlvain in the gun. There's the snap, handoff inside. No, McIlvain keeps it, throws it in the slot. He's got space to the 40. Oh, and he's tripped up right at the 49-yard line. Man, he was that close from making a da-da-da-da-da-da, but he picks up the first down.
Who was that caught the ball?
Outstanding job there by Zaxton Carshall, who was playing the slot. Man, Cash McIlvain fooled me on the RPO, and with a man in his face is able to make the pass to the slot receiver, and a great pickup by the junior receiver, Zaxton Carshall.
Well, he's used to making 3-pointers with somebody in his face. So.
Twins left, Twins right, tailback offset left, McIlvain in the gun, handoff inside. Makes one man miss, still rumbling and bumbling and still going. And I believe that's Caden Waits with a pickup of 4 inside to Chieftain territory at the 47-yard line. Nice pickup there, pickup of 4 for the senior tailback. 2nd and 6 for the Tigers, clock running, close to 6 minutes to go in the game. Tigers should be in no hurry, trying to take off as much clock as they can and hopefully end up punching it in the end zone.
And hope they stay in bounds on a run or a pass.
So here we go, trips to the right. McIlvain in the gun, tailback offset right. Tight end is to the left, play clock down to 6. There's a snap. Caden Waits off left tackle. He's dragging a guy. He's got enough for the first down. And Caden Waits is running hard today as well. Good pickup by the senior tailback, and that's enough for a Tiger first down.
Yeah, great job of blocking by our ends out there. Kept them off of him just long enough for that first down. We love to see this running game, don't we? Just
so back
pose your will on
pose your will. So trips to the right now. Tight end also to the right. It looks like Caden Waits is going to be in the pistol. There's the snap. Handoff again straight up the middle is Waits. He's met, but he's able to get back to the line of scrimmage and no more, as he was met in the backfield and carried him for no gain. He's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Clock down to 5 minutes to go in the game. Tigers got to stay ahead of the chains, Coach.
Yes, they do, and that didn't help, so we need a big 2nd down.
So single receiver to the right. Antwine and Beckett Robinson go to the left. Robinson in the slot.
He looks like he's walking okay now.
Tight end to the right, tailback offset right. McIlvain in the gun. There's the snap, back to pass, quick pass, over, caught, Antwine. And he's going to be brought down. A good pickup. Sapulpa says they come up with the ball, but the whistle was blown.
Yeah, he's
forward progress was stopped.
He has the clock. He even said clock still moves.
Yeah. So absolutely, that ball came out well after forward progress had been stopped. Good pickup there, puts us into a manageable 3rd and 5 with 4:15 to go. Again, it's just I don't agree with the spots today.
It looked like he caught it on the 31. So maybe he did fumble over there. I don't know.
Ball is at the 34-yard line. 3rd and 5. Clock running. 3:55 to go in the game. Tigers 17. Sapulpa 14.
Yeah, when he
first. It looks like we're going to call a timeout as the clock was running down. We're going to take a break with them. Thank you for watching Green Country Sports Network and listening on Lakes Country, KEOK, Tahlequah.
That is literally the funniest thing ever.
And then I said,
it wasn't.
but this guy could use a win. Even if it's not as big of a win as I get with free Kasasa Cash checking. Kasasa Cash pays me a really high rate and refunds ATM withdrawal fees nationwide. So I feel like a queen. Has a mega bank ever made you feel that way? Or is it more like this guy? Take back banking with Kasasa Cash.
Get Kasasa Cash at First State Bank.
Welcome back to the Green Country Sports Network, and if you're watching, you're in for a ball game here. 3:49 to go in the game.
And Tahlequah's got the ball on the 34-yard line of Sapulpa. Big third down coming. Well, they're all big.
This is huge, Coach. This is a huge conversion for them because they can eat a lot of clock if they can pick this up. Offset left is the fullback. Twins to the left. Tailback offset right. There's the snap. McElvain rolls to his right. Little lob pass. It's caught by the fullback. That's enough for first down. Great job there by Saxton Carshall. I said fullback, but he's playing in the slot. Big pickup there by the junior. And we're in business. First down, Coach.
Yes, sir. He has not been playing offense, has he?
They've been working him in. And I'm telling you what, Zaxton is the guy that will run through a brick wall. If you said, hey, Zaxton, run through that brick wall, he'll do it.
Yeah, he was our leading tackler last game, too.
Outstanding job there by the junior. Hard-nosed, tough kid. 3:30 to go in the game. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. We're in no hurry to get the snap off.
No hurry to get it off. And
at 10, here we go. Look for a heavy dose of the run game.
We just got to keep gaining yardage.
Twins right, overload right. Snap, hand off his weights around the corner. Makes a man miss. He's still going. He's on his feet inside the 10, and he's brought down. That's another Tiger first down. 1st and goal for the Tigers.
Yeah.
Caden Waits with a big-time first down. Yeah. That's going to give the Tigers a fresh set of downs. And guess what? It's 1st and goal. Tigers threatening with 3 minutes to go in the ball game.
Well, we really need to punch this in. We don't need a field goal. Well, we do need a field goal.
No, we need it. We just need to get pay dirt right here, Coach.
We need 7.
You got to realize Sapulpa has 3 timeouts. At some point, they got to worry about when they're going to start taking it. So 2:40 to go. Tigers in double tight. Offset left tailback. Handoff. Around the right. He goes. And he's met by a whole host of Sapulpa. But he drives forward for maybe a yard.
Good line
and
push.
Here we go. Timeout. Sapulpa. And now they're going to use their timeout with 2 minutes, 33 seconds to go in the game. And Tigers, man, they have got to do everything they can right now to get this ball in the end zone. I'm all for drama, Coach, because this makes great ratings. However, if they go ahead and score right here, I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
I am too, because we know what's happened the last 2 years here, and we don't want it to happen again.
Right now, these guys need to muster all their strength to get in the end zone. And in one of those places where you can build strength, Peak Fitness. You get the opportunity to go to see the Adams family down at Peak Fitness. They'll get you in shape for moments like these when your strength matters.
Well, Jackson, you a tax service, they won't help your strength, but they will help your pocketbook with all the tax refund you can deserve, and taxes done your way.
Well, Waits is sitting at 13 carries and 69 yards in the second half.
Here we go. 2nd and goal from the 7.
I'm impressed with our
minutes.
line. Our offensive line is been pretty good.
There's a snap. Handoff inside his Waits. Round left side. He's got daylight. He's going to try to get it. He stretches, and man, just denied. But the best part about that is he stayed in bounds, and the clock is going to continue to run. And as Sapulpa runs down to get their 2nd timeout, and that'll bring up 3rd and goal from the 2. Man, he did everything he could to get that ball in the end zone. And 2:21 remaining in the game. Tigers right here with an opportunity. You got to realize, I think this is 4-down territory, Coach. Yeah. I think this is 4-down territory. I don't think a field goal for 6 points, in my opinion. I think you try to punch it in, and then if you don't get it, you're forcing Sapulpa to go 99 yards the other way with 1 timeout.
Waits did a great job. He was heading right off through the tackle gap, and that was stopped. He kicked it outside and used that speed to get around the edge.
2 yards. 2 yards. And I'm telling you right now, if they get it, I put this in the win column for the Tigers, but 2 yards. How tough are you? You remember there used to be the old radio jock show? It's like, how big a boy are you? How big a boy are you right now? Who's the toughest one? We bragged on this offensive line all last week. We're bragging on them most of the game today, and right now they have an opportunity. This offensive line has an opportunity to win the ball game for the Tigers. They've got to get a push right here against the Sapulpa Chieftains. Here we go.
Phil and Brent would love this.
Tigers, Twins left, handoff inside. He's driving, keeps his feet, a touchdown, Tigers! Touchdown, Tigers! Let's go!
What a run!
What a run there by Caden Waits and the offensive line to push it in, and Tigers strike late in the game, 23-14 with 2:16 to go in the ball game.
He was hit, rolled off that thing, and spun right into the end zone. Great individual effort by that young man.
I think that's 15 carries for 70 yards in the second half for that young man, and he has my vote for player of the game.
Kicks up and away. Tigers with a 10-point lead, 24-14 with 2 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in the ball game. Man, how appropriate is this that the defense has been playing lights out, and now you're going to give them an opportunity to bring this victory home for the Tigers.
Well, the fat lady hadn't started singing yet, but boy, she's getting ready. It's awfully close.
Sapulpa has 1 timeout and 2:16. They've got to go the length of the field to get a touchdown, and then they've got to get another 3 points.
You know, I don't know if you guys have talked about it, but we're missing our fullback, our wide receiver, and our running back, and we're still, just
next man up.
Absolutely.
That's Brad's Gilbert's motto: next man up.
So here we go. Tigers going to be set to kick. And what a ball game, Coach.
I was asking for somebody to step up, and there's been several people step up and make a play today.
Marshall in the slot.
Couple of big
huge
ones.
receptions.
Couple of big ones.
And Caden Waits stepping up and tailback, making some plays.
J.J. Anton made a huge catch a while ago.
So here we go. Now Sapulpa has the ability to take it to the house. We'll see where they're going to kick it.
I wish we could give that offensive lineman the player of the game. Man, they have been blocking today.
So here we go with the kick. It's going to be a pooch kick over to the right hash. He bumbles it. He goes inside the 5. Here's an opportunity. They're in trouble. Great job there by the return team and kick-off team by Tahlequah, and they bring you down at the 16-yard line. 2 minutes, 5 seconds to go. Tigers with a 10-point lead.
Man, that looked like a bunch of bumblebees swarming him that time.
Talking about nerves, got on the kick returner as he bumbled the return, and it goes all the way to the 5, and that gave the kick-off team time to get coverage and bring him down at the 16. Long ways to go for Sapulpa. They have 1 timeout, and they need 10 points. Yeah. Trips to the left, trips to the right, Twins to the left, empty formation for Sapulpa.
That's trouble.
There's a snap. Ball's on the ground. He's trying to pick it up. He's in trouble. He rolls. The Tigers defense has got him on a sack inside the 10. Outstanding job by this defense. My goodness sakes.
Is that 23?
Yeah, he's had 6 tackles. 2.
That is Traven Morrison on the quarterback sack.
Yeah,
Clock running.
He's had a pick, 6 tackles, and a sack.
Yeah,
Good game for him.
Outstanding game.
He was in the player of the game.
5 wide. Back to pass. Quick pass slant inside at the 12 to the 15. Makes a man miss. Makes another man miss. He's still on his feet, still going. And he's going to be brought down at about the 22-yard line. That's going to be good enough for Sapulpa first down. Sapulpa holding on to this 1 timeout. The clock will stop as they reset the chains. Once the chains are set, they'll get it going. Clock running. Minute 25. Here we go. Twins to the left, Twins to the right. Tailback offset left. Back to pass. Looks to his right. Goes across the middle. And ball comes out incomplete. And there's a penalty as we dove on him late. And that was Jackson Head who dove on the receiver. And that's going to be a penalty of 15 yards.
Looked like a fumble to me. You dive on fumbles.
Jackson Head, number 11, Pepe Robinson. Penalty flag on the play.
And so that penalty is going to move the ball forward. And that's going to give them a free first down on what would have been an incomplete pass. So the ball moves all the way to the 42 1-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Chieftains. Minute 13 to go in the game. Sapulpa with 1 timeout.
Step that off from the line of scrimmage instead of the spot.
Here we go, empty backfield. 5 wide, trips are to the left. There's a snap, back to pass. Goes back to his right, quick. Good read there by Antoine. Antoine misses the tackle, but slows him down just enough, and they bring him down on the sideline. They're going to say he got out of bounds, which will stop the clock just shy of the 50-yard line. Maybe mark it at the 50. We'll bring up 2nd and 2 for Sapulpa. 1:05 to go in the game. Still clinging to their 1 timeout, but down 10.
At this point in the game, I think when he thinks about it, he'd rather just make the tackle as try to make an interception.
Twins left and right, back to pass. Inside slant, ball falls away. He's running an RPO right there, and they're trying to freeze the safety and hit that slant, and that ball was an errant pass, and that'll bring up 3rd and 2, minute 2 to go.
Well, I'll tell you, there's been several times tonight Tigers could have folded it up, and Sapulpa get the momentum, and we'd come right back. So I'm proud of these Tigers tonight.
So empty backfield, trips and out to the left, Twins to the right, 5 wide, back to pass, quick pass inside, and that ball's too high for the slot receiver. And that's going to bring up 4th and 2, under a minute to go, specifically 58 seconds remaining, and Sapulpa needs 10 points. Tahlequah right now can taste victory, but they've got to learn how to finish. Here we go. 4th and 2. It's all or nothing here for Sapulpa. Trips to the left, single receiver to the right, tailback, offset left. Look for them to maybe run a counter out of this to get the 1st down, and they do. Counter right. There's the Tigers stuffing it! That's it! Turnover on downs! Tigers are going to get out of here with the win. All they got to do is go out and take a knee.
Kingston Hall.
Big time stop there by the Tiger defense. Story of the night, Coach.
Yeah.
Tahlequah defense getting it done.
Yeah, somebody slowed him down, and Kingston ran him down from behind. Did you see who initially hit him?
I called the counter play. They were just trying to get the 1st down, and man, did that backfire. 52 seconds. Tahlequah's going to come out. They should take a knee. Sapulpa will take a timeout, and then Tahlequah will take one more knee, and that should be the ball game. Let's see if that's what they do.
Guys, you've got to realize this is number 5 team in 6A that we're ahead of right here. It's an impressive victory tonight.
The defensive line has played out of their minds, in my opinion. They've done great tonight.
Trivia question. When was the last time the Tigers beat Sapulpa? 2024.
Yeah. I think the fat lady's singing now.
Tahlequah having a little bit of formation issues here, is trying to figure out the victory formation here. We will see if Sapulpa will use their time. They have told the officials, hey, we are kneeling it. They're letting everybody know. So they're trying to keep him off the quarterback here. Here we go.
One of the NFL commentators used to start singing the "Turn Out the Lights, the Party's Over" about this time. Yeah.
And they're not going to call a timeout, so they're going to let this clock run. Tigers will have to take one more knee, and that'll do it. The clock is at 34 seconds. Play clock's at 27, so there's a little difference. So Cash can go ahead and take this snap and take a knee, and Tigers going to be 2-0 to start the 2024 season.
It's been a long time since we've been 2-0.
And there it is. McIlvain, that is the victory. Your Tigers are going to win 24-14 over the Sapulpa Chieftains.
It's going to be a good weekend for them to relish this victory, and then they're going to get busy against getting ready for Wagner. Another huge game next week.
Craig, any final thoughts or stats?
Well, our player of the game is Waits with 15 carries, 76 yards in the 2nd half, and that huge touchdown there at the end. Young man played with a lot of heart there. He had some really tough runs. He had that big run in the 3rd quarter, 41-yard run to get the momentum back on our side.
And I think that was 3rd down too, I believe.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Great job by the Tigers. Talked about the defensive line. The offensive line played really well. Next man up. Great job.
Outstanding job by the Tahlequah Tigers, who are now 2-0, and they'll head to face the defending state champions Wagner next week. Hey, for Coach Gary Wing, Craig Wing, Dr. Kelly Calloway, I'm Ashley Stevens. Thank you for watching the Green Country Sports Network and listening on Lakes Country KEOK Tahlequah.
Gina, we're heading home. See you soon.